just on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of this nightmare. But when I stopped to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try it. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home. When I'm no way to go, no one that can see through at the side of the light. I can see my life is crap, I have to see them too. I just live into my world, far from the pain, the fear. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the start of hell. But when I stop to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so dumb and out of time. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home. When I'm If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. When I'm home. I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home, when I'm home. I was just so far from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare. But when I stopped to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes down to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try it. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home, when I'm home. No way to go, no one that can see through at the side of the light. I can see my life is crap, I have to see them too. I just live into my world, far from the pain, the fear. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the start of hell. But when I stop to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so dumb and out of time. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home, when I'm If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home, when I'm home. I was just so far from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare. focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare. But when I stopped to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes down to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try it. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have the time to fight. If I work tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home. When there's no way to go, no one that can see through at the side of the light. I can see my life is crap, I have to see them too. I just live into my world, far from the pain, the fear. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the start of hell. But when I stop to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have the time to fight. If I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so dumb and out of time. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have the time to fight. If I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. When I'm home. I was just so far from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare. But when I stopped to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes down to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try it. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here tonight. We are live, Kansas Motor Speedway here tonight, under the lights here for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Man, it is going to be awesome for Xfinity Series action here. We call it the B car here on Iracing, but boy, I tell you what, these guys are about to set sail around here. Qualifying is underway. We actually just got done. They're in the driver's meeting right now, so we're getting set here to go green flag racing. But as always, I want to appreciate everybody coming out tonight because, man, I'm about to put on a show and have fun doing it as always. I'm Joe White up here in the booth, accompanied by Ryan W. Daniels. Ryan, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing really good, Joe. Excited to be up here and getting to call race number 2 of the season here for these Extreme boys and their Xfinity cars.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, we're in race 2 of the season. And last week, Daytona, I don't know about you, but, man, it was awesome racing. Matthew Wazenbach, hey, doing some good things. And then a newcomer in the Cup Series, which we'll talk about more tomorrow night, Jimmy Mullis. So we got a lot of things, man. But right now, hey, look who's on pole. We know him very well as the Iceman from the Netherlands. Eric Tesh came over here and has he's done quite well against some of the veterans here of the Xfinity Series at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Some of the veterans we know of, like John Houston, Mike Romanser, Cameron Hearn, Dwayne Cumberson, and James Thorndike. I mean, so did well right there, putting it on pole tonight.
Yes, he did. That number 96 hooligan machine for Eric Tesh looking stout tonight already after qualifying on pole at a 29.556. We saw Eric, obviously, last night won the Xfinity Series race for the Monday Night Thunder Tuesday division in their Grand National cars at Charlotte, looking to do the same here 2 nights in a row, backing it up at Kansas Motor Speedway here for ExtremeMotorsports99.com.
Absolutely, man. I'll tell you what. Well, hey, we're back and we're here 2 nights a week, man, and we appreciate people coming in because, you know, Ryan, it feels pretty good. It was all for 2 weeks. We had a heck of a Daytona run last week, and, man, it was awesome doing the Xfinity and the Cup. Hey, we're here tonight, man, Xfinity, and tomorrow night we got the Cup action, and hey, I don't know about you, but it gets me kind of pumped up, man.
Oh yeah, man! Tonight's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. A lot of the same guys we saw last week coming out here tonight, trying to show what they've got in the Xfinity cars here, and we know that these Xfinity cars, as of late, have been pretty loose here on iRacing, but so far from what I've seen in practice and qualifying, these guys seem pretty stable, and who knows, Kansas could be the race that proves us wrong. So maybe tonight will be a really good race for these Xfinity cars, and they won't have so many of the netcode and other issues that we've seen them have over the past couple of weeks.
Alright, well, I just checked on my phone to make sure everything was running good. Ryan, let me know if it's running good on your end. Try to refresh browsers or whatnot. So, yeah, yeah, I just went on my phone and double checked because I saw out there in the chat what y'all was talking about, to make sure it's not dropping frames or anything like that. Just want to make sure everything's good for y'all, because we're about to get set to go green flag racing here. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm having to refresh my stream now to make sure I was not noticing any lag, but then again, I was focusing on the task at hand of getting ready to call this race with you, my friend, and was not paying attention to my phone.
Yeah, well, I normally don't either. Every once in a while, I'll cut the mic off and double check. And if I see somebody say something, you know, I'm trying to do double work here. And, yeah, I don't know, Drew. Don't know, man. Some people saying yay, some people saying nay. Make sure you don't know what you're on or whatnot, but see if it clears up after a while for you. But yeah, I don't know. Either way, we're about to get set sail here. Well, how much time we got left, Ryan?
About 47 seconds.
Oh, well, very good timing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just keep me posted. I mean, if you see anything on your end, I know you keep an eye on the stream. I'll pop in and look every once in a while on my phone. Just make sure everything's good. Want to make sure everything sounds good, looks good for everyone. Which obviously right now shouldn't be really lagging of anything because, well, we're not really showing anything right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing any lag as of right now. I mean, but I will let you know, Joe, if I see anything. I will say, for anybody who is having trouble, are you at home or are you at like Wendy's or McDonald's? Because I've tried to do that, and that will make it lag.
Yeah, Ryan loves the burger joint, so he's the king of burger places.
Not to be confused with the Burger King.
Have it your way. Well, guess what, Ryan? We're about to get set to go green flag racing tonight. Awesome. Under the lights, Kansas City Speedway. Kansas City Speedway here. And these guys are about to set sail in the Xfinity cars here tonight. So let's get down with the grid in order right fast. The man from the Netherlands. We call him Iceman from the Netherlands. Eric Tess puts it on pole. John Houston starting second. Mike Rominger, man, Mr. Extreme himself, starting third. Cameron Hearn in fourth. Dwayne Culberson fifth. James Thorndike starting sixth. Richie Evans, I'll tell you what, he's done some good things. In seventh. Bryce Senesack, hey, he's moved it on up. Awesome. Eighth. Davis Richards right there over here with the Birdie's Construction Machine starting ninth. Daniel Haney starting 10th. And as we look through this field here, drivers, wow, that's all I got to say, man. It's just, wow, because it's star-studded as always. Man, it's just awesome right now. So, who's your favorite tonight, Ryan?
Oh boy, are you asking me who we're gonna jinx for the evening, Joe? Is that the question? Because every time you keep picking me on the streams, I seem to have a bad race, which I've picked up on, folks, watching the streams back.
Yep.
If I'm gonna pick somebody who I think can win the race tonight, honestly, I'm gonna go with Mr. Extreme himself, Mike Rominger. Qualifying third at a 29.564. Mike obviously has got a lot of experience, been around all these guys for a long, long time. If you had to pick a guy who could definitely get it done tonight, Mike is not a bad pick in my opinion.
Absolutely not. I will definitely agree with you there. And as you know, the man I like to pick all the time, Eric Tesh. Some reason, a man who can, as dedicated as he is. I mean, folks, when I say dedicated, this guy runs Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, and now Wednesday night. And he's from the Netherlands, okay? I say Netherlands, but it's Netherlands, or whatever how you say it. And he's about 5 hours. The more of the story here is he's 5 hours ahead of us from the States. That's dedication for him to stay up and do this week after week. It's awesome, and he performs. I mean, this guy, like I said, he won last night in awesome fashion in Charlotte. Tonight he's putting it on the pole. So, hey, hats off to him.
Yeah, that's for sure. That 96 machine is always strong. Whenever we've seen him, it doesn't seems to carry over league to league and race to race. That Eric is able to put that car in position to be up front, qualify there, and typically run pretty well on his 96 machine. So it'll be interesting to see who's going to have something for him tonight, or is he going to be able to hang on up against some very stiff competition here at the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Xfinity Series.
Well, he's got some right behind him and right beside him, and John Houston right there, crafty veteran in himself, and obviously Mike Rominger. We call him Mr. Extreme. You came up with that coin phrase last time, folks. Here we go. Pace cars in, set sail here tonight. We got 150 laps under the lights. Kansas City. I always say Kansas City because it's kind of like the baseball, but green flag in the air here, Kansas Speedway tonight. Eric Tess gets a good jump, and he takes off into turn number 1 to stack 2 to 2 behind him.
Yes, they are already. We see these boys trying to figure out where they want to go here off the start. Now, obviously, I believe the bottom is going to be the place to go early in this race, but as you and I both know, Joe, the top lane does become the preferred line here at Kansas, as Mike Rominger tried to get up in front of his teammate there, Cameron Hearn, almost put them both in the wall, thought better of it, and looks like Mike is going to follow John Houston to the bottom as they come through the exit of turn 4.
Absolutely. Right now you got John Houston right on the back deck lid there of Eric Tess. You got Mike Rominger right on him, but right behind him, Cameron Hearn. They're all in a line, single file right now. Now we know Eric Tess, he is one of those. He's an ice man for the Netherlands. We call him that because he's really calm, cool, and collective on how he runs. He doesn't wear his stuff out. Very, very methodical is the word to use here. And right now, John Houston's a man trying to take it to the point, that number 88.
Yes, he is. John Houston has actually made the pass now on the 96 of Eric Tesh. They're still side by side here going into 1, but the 88 did lead that lap. They are still fighting side by side. Looks like the inside line still has that grip that it will have early on in this run, but the top lane may start becoming the preferred lane, and Eric may have the 88 right where he wants them as these tires start to wear off here right around lap 4.
Absolutely. Right now you can tell it right there as the 96 up on the 86 almost came up into him. Yeah, I got a feeling you're right, Ryan. This is almost going to turn into a one-groove racetrack. Now you might be able to run that bottom a little bit with the tires good, but look at Eric Tesh. He knows it. He is up there rim riding on the high side here. And right now he's got that hooligan machine, man, out front. I call it the zebra car there, number 96. And John Houston, before he burns his tires up, he has to back out of it and say, oh, and he's losing it.
And John Houston able to make the save, but there was also 2 vehicles that spun down the back straightaway as well, Joe, simultaneously. There was no contact between the two, just 2 separate incidents, the one of Dwayne Culberson and the 45 of Tyler Daniels, I believe, were the 2 cars that spun.
Man, I tell you what, well, we were just talking about it a minute ago, Ryan, tires and how that affected. I think him running down on the inside like he did burnt those tires up, man. Right now, look at the man in 7th spot. That's Aiden Young. He's got that Mr. Motor Sim Racing magazine and the red-nosed day car on the top of it there. I called it the red-nosed reindeer the other day when you rode it, but and when you wrecked it, I said, now Santa Claus ain't coming to see nobody, so learn to caution.
Yes, we have a huge crash down the front straightaway. I didn't see where it all started, but there was one car crashed into the catch fence. A lot of cars involved back here right now.
James Thorndike's one of them. All right. Oh, we got Waylon Lamb out here in the chat. Man, they're 3 wide back here on the replay here, Ryan. Going into the turn, you know that's not going to work, and I got a feeling that's probably what happened here. The 3 wide, James Thorndike was just stuck in the middle, nowhere to go. And right there, oh, he got turned to 45. Man, the 59. Wow, he took a ride. The 87 involved. Holy cow. Man took flight, went airborne.
Yes, he did. And wrong place, wrong time for the 87 of David Elliott there. Nowhere to go when the 43, or I'm sorry, the 45 of Tyler Daniels spun down in front of him. And I want to make a edit to something I had said earlier. The 43 of Tyler Davis and the 1 of Dwayne Culberson were the two that spun down the back straightaway. The 45 was the one that was just involved in that most caution that just happened, obviously, as we saw.
Well, we're under caution. I tell you what, let's see if we can't get a talk with Eric Tesh, man. He was the pole sitter. I didn't get a chance to talk to him beforehand, but hey, see if we can't get him up here, man.
All righty. I'll head down and try to find him.
All right. Good deal, Drew. I like to hear that, man.
Talk about a huge TeamSpeak channel. I can't keep track of all these new teams in here.
Yeah, I know, boy. There's a lot of guys in here now. Well,
yes, there are, but I did find our friend.
Okay, cool.
He is in the staging room.
All right, hey, bring him on up. Eric Tesh, Joe White in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, Joe, got you loud and clear.
Well, I tell you what, Eric, man, dedication is what we're going to call you, man. We call you the Iceman for the Neverlands, and for a reason. But I want to first off tell you, congratulations for putting that thing on pole here tonight at Kansas Speedway. Looked very good coming over here, and I always call it the hooligan machine you got. You know, you won last night in the Grand National Series, tonight putting it on pole. How's the car? How's the track out there?
Well, the car's really, really tight at the moment. I hope I think and I hope with more rubber on the track it's getting loose. But we need to figure it out. We didn't really have any practice with this car on this state, so yeah, we're gonna find it out somewhere during the race.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I tell you what, putting it on pole is the best way to find it out. Because, I mean, hey, look, you beat a lot of crafty veterans here at Extreme. I mean, guys that have been here for a while and definitely, man, you know, bad, fast cats in themselves. So, again, congratulations putting on pole. See you, man, hopefully at lap 150.
See you soon.
All right, Ryan. I'll let you put him back down there and his home.
Yay!
That might have been the most enthusiastic anyone's ever been to get out of the OSR Network booth, Joe.
Hey, that's all right. Well, one thing is folks, we're sitting with 29 of the best here from ExtremeMotorsports99.com Xfinity series here, and it's awesome. These guys here, man, know how to put on a show, know how to race a lot of cars out here. You know, we were talking about Eric Tesh right there, Cameron Hearn, he's another one. Obviously, Mike Rominger right there. Davis Richards coming over from Monday Night Thunder over here also with the Birdie's Construction Machine. Richie Evans, he's definitely been a cat and get it done. Bryce Senesac moving up from the trucks here. Aiden Young right there sitting in 7th. He's done quite well here. And Nicholas Caldwell looking good in himself. Yeah, Ethan Kurtz, Manzanella, John Houston there. And, hey, can't forget about Matthew Wasenbach sitting in 11th. So, a stacked field. I mean, I can look through it here. Just to name a few, obviously Nick Hunt there. Matt Hoover's another one coming from over Ryan. Brian Johnson, he's a man that came from Racing Freaks over here, man, to race and whatnot. And then just looking through here, a couple new guys. It looks like Tyler Davis. I don't remember seeing that name. I don't know if you have.
Tyler Davis, Daniels. He was there last week.
Well, I know he was there last one. I'm talking about his first season.
Oh, yes. As far as I'm aware, this is his first season.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure, you know. So.
Oh, neither am I.
Well, all right. Well, what you think about the action so far?
Me? I think it's been rather exciting. I mean, we're sitting up here. It's clear, as Eric said, those cars were clearly getting loose once again, as we've seen with these Xfinity cars. And if that is, in fact, the case, the outside is going to be the place to be. Because as these tires wear, if these cars are getting looser instead of tighter, that bottom line is not going to be preferred in this car at all. So it is a little interesting already to see that the 67 of Cameron Hearn has chosen the inside lane here for the restart.
Yeah, if he can, well, obviously he can controls it, so he'll definitely probably get out front and whatnot. Because here, as the pace car heads off in the pit lane, we're getting set here to go green flag racing. Gonna be lap 11 of 150 here, folks. I'll tell you what, Cameron Hearn, he storms through the gears, takes off right there. We call him Mr. Extreme himself. That's Mike Rominger. He is taking off right there side by side with the 96 to going off down to turn 1. Right behind him, old Davis Richards got that Birdie's Construction Machine. He's got Richie Evans on the inside. And look at that, boy. He's also got Aiden Young up there. He's thinking about hopefully not thinking about taking it 3 wide.
No, I'm going to assume that Aiden's going to think better of doing something like that this early. But it is definitely interesting to see the 67 of Cameron Hearn, Mike Rominger in second, and then the number 3 of Richie Evans, all 3 of the Alliance Racing Group cars, first through third here right now. That team's looking really strong here in the early stages of the race here at Kansas Motor Speedway.
Absolutely, right there, man. Aiden Young's looking good. Well, I tell you what, we was talking about Eric Tess. He's one of those that, man, he'll just let that car come to him. He doesn't try to rush things, doesn't try to pressure it. Right now, stacked 2-2, man. The 09 is up underneath, or actually, I'm going to say the 9 car's up underneath. That's Aiden Young. He is door to door. Probably not the best place he wants to be, because if you stay on that inside too long, you're going to burn them tires up. We done seen that early on here at Kansas Speedway, and these guys, man, are storming under the lights here at StreamMotorsports99.com. We're coming to lap 14 of 150. Man, I'm loving it. This is awesome. I feel the excitement. We're back here, man, in the booth again. For folks, I'm telling you what, if y'all done got tired of me and Ryan, well, you got a lot more left in us.
Yeah, so you guys are definitely going to be seeing a lot of us, as you guys know, because me and Joe obviously have this on the Wednesday night with Extreme Motorsports 99's Xfinity division, and tomorrow, obviously, we have the Cup division throughout the entire season. So definitely going to be exciting over the rest of the 14 and a half weeks or so there, Joe.
Absolutely. Well, you got Dre Broadcasting. He's doing the the K&N series on Monday night. He's doing the truck series there on Tuesday night. Check those guys out there, man. Dave and all them over there. And I call him Shula, but it is Sean, actually, is his name. But, we always like to kid around either way. But, hey, look at your man, Matthew Wazenbach. He's got a nice paint job, too, on that Ford.
Yes, he does. Matt Walzenbach moving through this field really nicely here in the early stages, trying to catch up with Aiden Young, who, as some people do know, are teammates to an extent. Both of them appear to have really strong cars. Matt started in the 15th position, was able to finish second last night in the truck series race at Atlanta. So it looks like that 29 machine with a lot of momentum so far this season, Joe, after winning last week at Daytona, continuing to try to maintain that points lead.
Yeah, he does right there, man. He is door to door with Ethan Kurtz, who has been trying to be kind of like a mentor with Jake Nichols and company down there racing. But right now, good door to door battles. They head off into the turn. Old John Houston's right there, man. He's on the deck lid, that 88 machine, but he's got his hands full as he's got a Jags machine. That's Brian Johnson, I believe, right there on the inside of him. They are 4 cars stacked side by side coming here. Folks, I'll tell you, there's a lot of action going on here, Ryan. Man, these guys are all over the place.
Yes, there is a lot of action all the way through the track, and you notice all the way through the field, we see all of these drivers right up against that outside wall. Nobody is wanting to try to test the waters and put that thing on the bottom, as right now Eric Tesh is actually trying to make the pass on the bottom around the 3 of Richie Evans. That's going to give momentum to the 9 of Aiden Young, who's now going to look to the outside of Eric as they head for turns 1 and 2.
Absolutely, right there. We're still riding along here with Ethan Kurtz, because it's a good battle. But it's like you was talking about, look at it up here up front. It's a dogfight, folks, man. You got Mike Rominger. He's all over the back deck lid. Cameron Hearn. Richie Evans is right there. He's got his hands full with a 96 machine. That's the hooligan game there, man. The Iceman from the Neverlands. Don't count him out. He's doing what he does best. He hangs back, and then he just brings it to the front, man, methodically, man, like he does in that 96. And right now, he's stalking his prey, and he's going to the front.
Yes, he is. Eric running right behind those 3 Alliance Racing Group teammates there in the 467 and the 3 car, and obviously not too far behind are Aiden Young in the 9 and Bryce Senesack one of the past Truck Series champions in the 09 Adidas machine. All these guys now appear to be freight training Mike Rominger, as all have gotten to the top as Mike was trying to make the pass for the lead. That bottom line is not doing him any favors.
Absolutely not. The high line here is going to be the preferred line, I feel, once the tires wear out. And you're seeing it here, folks. It is a freight train from the front to the 5 right there. And Mike Rominger, he's going to try to sneak in there in front of old Bryce Senesac. He does. Bryce thinks better of it. Comes on the inside as they shoot down the back stretch here. Aiden Young, though, he knows Eric Tess quite well. They run over there in the series together. Right now, though, they're nose to tail. I want to tell you what, they're flirting with disaster getting up over that wall.
Yeah, they are. These guys are knowing that they got to be right up against that wall to try to get all that momentum that they can, because obviously that is what this race has turned into right now. It's very momentum-based, having to run that car so high up against the wall. As Aiden actually just about scrapes it in the 9 machine, and he does get into it.
Hate to see that on his end, but I tell you, that's just a product of what this track and car will do for you. And Eric even mentioned of it. It's tight, and when you start, flying high, man, on the high side like that, you're flirting with disaster. And one mistake, and Matthew Wassenbach, boy, he kissed the outside of the wall.
Yes, he did. I was watching that as well, watching that battle back here. As now John Houston has made the pass on Aiden Young, and up at the front, teammates, I believe those are teammates still battling. No, I'm sorry, it's Eric Tesh and the 3 of Richie Evans still fighting for second up there. Mike Rominger trying to make the bottom work to get around Eric Tesh for third.
Yeah, he is. It looks like, though, Richie Evans smacked that wall because the right side of his car looks a little beat up. I'm going to tell you, I don't think that inside lane is going to do any favors. You might think you're going to get a run going in. The problem is if you do not get the pass made in the middle of the turn, you can forget about making it coming off, because the high line is going to be the preferred line, and right now we're seeing it. But I tell you, these guys coming off these turns, man, I'm glad I'm up here in the booth, man, because they make me worried every time they come off the turn.
Yeah, that is for sure. I am what a lot of any racing fan would call a bottom feeder. I do not like running up against the wall. It freaks me out a little bit. And props to these guys for being able to do what they're doing and not have as torn up cars as we could be seeing right now with all the guys that are scraping the wall, like the driver of the 3, the 9, 29, and even I believe Bryce Senesac might have gotten a piece of it just a moment ago, as he was running up as high as 4th and is now falling back to the clutches of Aiden Young in about a quarter of a lap.
Absolutely. What a man on the move is John Houston. He's trying to bring that 88 AC Delco machine to the front here and say, look, I'm going to do it in high fashion. He's got the Mike Rominger to deal with here. Eric Tesh, Richie Evans, and Cameron Hearn before he can take the lead up tonight. But right behind him, Bryce Senesac's doing well. Folks, man, I appreciate everybody coming out, because this is race 2 of the season here. A very long season. We got, it's 15 races total. 10 races in the regular season, 5 races for the chase for the championship. And right now, this is race number 2. Boy, I'll tell you what, the 88 pulled up on the back there. As, man, it's like a traffic jam up front.
Yes, it is. These guys battling really hard right now. John Houston on those. Did all these guys pit before, Joe? Before the caution? Did all these leaders pit?
Yeah, well, I don't know if John Houston's on better tires right now. The 3 wide going down the back stretch. They might want to settle this before they get into the turn. That's not going to work. Now, if he's on newer tires, I will say this, very aggressiveness in his end. As, oh boy, he is definitely pushing that car. And he's driving a lot more aggressive than a lot of others, but he probably is in an urgency to want to get up there since he has newer tires. And he might have a little bit newer tires than all the other guys here.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I feel like everybody pit under that last caution, but John, who was near the front when they pit, has certainly shown that 88 machine is very, very fast tonight. That AC Delco car is looking strong here, as you mentioned, coming from the back to the front once again here, and continues to apply pressure to the back of the 4 car of Mike Rominger.
Well, I think the fact is, you remember, he got loose coming off that turn. I think he went in and made a pit stop and got 4 fresh tires before everybody else did, before the caution came out. That might have put him off cycle. He's got a little better. Right now, it looks like he's kind of calmed down a little bit as he got up there. Right now, he's running in front of Bryce Senesac, and he's in between there, Mike Rominger. And, he got up there because I think he's feeling the fact, what we were talking about, Ryan, hey, the high side's place to be. And
yeah,
sorry
that's
about
for
that.
sure.
I was reading the chat, man.
No, it's all right. And we can't forget, while we're talking about all this battling going on behind him, Cameron Hearn is loving what he's seeing in his mirror. He has pulled out to a 3-second gap over Eric Tesh, Mike Rominger, and John Houston, who continue to battle back there for that second and third spot, and none of them have even been able to come close to reeling in that 67 machine yet.
Well, right now his last lap was a 30.939, just to kind of give you an idea. Eric Tess's lap was a 31.18, and right there, though, he just crossed the line with a 31.042 for Cameron Hearn. Eric Tess ran a 31.251. He's 2.5 tenths faster than everyone else. You're right. He is set and sail in a hurry, and loving every minute of them guys battling back there. But look what we got on the field here. Matt Hoover and Davis Richards right there, 8th and 9th. Burgess Construction Machines, along with Ethan Kurtz right there sitting in 8th. Richie Evans in 7th, man. So it's a good battle going on for 7th all the way to 10th.
Yeah, poor Richie Evans was all the way up there battling as high as 2nd and has now fallen, as you just said, back to the 7th spot and falling back into the clutches of Ethan Kurtz in the 20. That right side of that 3 machine is definitely going to need some TLC when they come into pit, which I don't imagine is going to be too very far off.
Look, Waylon, we know Ryan's voice gets high every once in a while when he gets excited.
Well, what did I do this time?
He was out there. He was noticing when you got a little excited, your voice got high, but that's all right. It's no big deal. Look. They give me a hard time, man.
Everyone's always giving me a hard time. Why can't I just come up here and help my friends?
I know, it's terrible, man. They can't even get away from y'all, man, in the booth. I tell you what.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. It is. Well, right now, what's not terrible is Matt Hoover has made his way around Richie Evans for that 8th spot and has got up to 8th place right now. He's trying to bring Davis Richards with him. It's a good battle going on back here. I don't know if you're watching it, Ryan, but everybody here in the stream is getting a dose, man, of a good battle going on for 7th, 8th, and 9th, and 10th right here. As there's some good battles going on everywhere on this track.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot of good battles going on throughout the entire field, and I'm actually riding on board with the 00 of Nick Hunt, who is running in the 16th spot. In front of him, he's got the 22 of Nicholas Caldwell and the 75 of Rusty Farrell, who are trying to catch that next group of Michael Knight and Dwayne Culberson.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I got you on the Blimpy Cam. IU Dave loves Blimp Cam. That's what we call it Blimpy Cam, but he likes it. He loves that high shot, man, right there to be able to show everything, man, that's going on. Kind of does give a good representation of how spread out these guys are, but actually they're really not that bad. Not as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, this has actually been some pretty darn good racing, man, so far for a track that's really, I would say, probably a one groove track.
Yeah, that is for sure. And actually, I'm just taking a look through the field. We should actually give a call right now to the 75 of Rusty Farrell. Started 27th, worked his way up to 13th, and is still trying to catch that one car of Dwayne Culberson. And not too far ahead of Dwayne is a larger group of about 6 to 8 cars. Rusty's looking good in that 75 machine tonight.
Yeah, he is. Started 27th, currently 13th. Kind of got a good close shot here, man. Show it off as I always call it kind of the showcase, man, of the paint jobs here. He's got that big Chevrolet emblem on there, the number 75 machine. Like I say, looking good. Right behind him, Michael Knight. Hey, I call him the Knight Rider. He's got the kit car out there. Georgia Tech machine and the number 64. He looking good. Started 17th, currently 14th. Like you said, Nick Hunt, he's got that tribute car out there for his late great daughter, man, that unfortunately, man, had a tragedy passing, man, several months ago. That man's looking good right there. He's currently sitting in the 15th as we just kind of going through this field here. As really, now here's the one thing I'm noticing, Ryan, and I don't know if you're seeing it too. As every one of these cars I'm showcasing here, look at the right side. Every one of these looks like they've had a touch with the wall.
Yeah, it's Kansas here is beginning to seem a little bit like we're all running at Darlington, getting a little bit of the Kansas stripe, if you want to call it such a thing, here tonight. These guys riding so close to that wall. A lot of these cars with right side damage, and you notice the cars that are out in front, the cars that are leading, most of them do not have damage. The only one in the top 4 that I even see with even a small scrape up near the front is all the way back to Aiden Young, who is currently running 6th. The entire top 5 have been able to keep it clean. They are within 5 seconds from the lead to that 5th place car. The next closest vehicle would be Aiden in the 6th position, all the way 7.5 seconds behind the leader.
Man, absolutely. I'll tell you what, went through about a slew of probably about I don't know, 8 or 9 cars right there, and every one on the right side, man, it just crumpled in a little bit, or pancaked, as we'd like to call it. And reason being, folks, hey, high side. When you flirt with disaster that high up, what's going to happen eventually is you're going to hit it. And you're right. Right now, Cameron Hearn, though, is a man on a mission. Now, John Houston, he's been able to pick it up, looking very good. Eric Tess right there, still sitting in third, running very well. And Mike Romans are right there in fourth. So the top 5 pretty spread out. And I say that, here comes Bryce Senesack looking like he's wanting to look on the inside. And that Adidas shoe machine, well, no, he's coming into pits.
Yes, I was just going to report I turned on the driver chat so I could listen and find out when these boys will be pitting. It would appear that it is time, right around the 30-lap mark or so, these boys come into pit. Matt Walzenbach, Bryce Senesack, Aiden Young pitting this next time by. I've just heard him come over the radio. A lot of these guys are going to start hitting the pit road in vast quantities, I would say.
All right, green flag pit stops, man. That's awesome, man. You know the admins are sitting up there twiddling their thumbs going, wow, we love races like this, man. We could play some cards or something, man. Hey, me and Ryan probably could play some cards and be multi-talented. You know, we could, I don't know, bingo.
Cards Against Humanity?
I don't know how to play that, man.
Oh, you'd love it. Anybody in the chat that knows what that game is, Joe would love it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, one day I'll have to check it out, man. Come on and play with y'all. Well, again, I want to appreciate everybody coming out. It's awesome, man, to see all the viewers, man, to come out here and watch these races, you know, week in and week out. We're lap 41 here with 150. Got green flag pit stops. As I say that, boy, Eric Tess, boy, he comes in his pits, man, hot and heavy, makes it in there. But we're at Kansas Motor Speedway here tonight, and under the lights here for the Xfinity Series for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Race number 2. That's right, race 2, folks, of the season underway. Who's going to win it? We don't know. Last week, man, flying high. Now, man, what? Matthew Walzenbach pulled it off.
Yes, he did. Matt Walzenbach, last week's winner. He was the first driver to hit pit lane. Currently finds himself in 24th, 1 lap down. But that will obviously cycle out once these pit stops get through. Matt probably looking one of the drivers who may actually be hoping for a yellow here at some point to try to get some of that right front damage fixed, because we saw him smack the wall pretty hard there back about 15, 20 laps ago. And that 29 machine has just not been the same ever since that impact.
Yeah, no doubt. Right now, riding along Keith Haney, the man who has been able to pull it up. Definitely hasn't done his pit stop yet, but he's up there right now looking good. Cameron Hearn, though, still hasn't done one. Now, here's going to be the thing. We're definitely going to see how long John Houston can stay out and whether or not he's on a different pit strategy and whatnot. And Waylon out there talking about, yeah, I probably would love it. It's awesome. And John Marine says he's a blackjack man.
Yeah, I've done a little bit of blackjack myself, but not always huge on card games, to be fair.
And he lost.
Oh, and he lost? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you lost.
Oh, yes. Oh, this is true. Yes.
Well, hey, look, Cameron Hearn finally came into the pits, and John Houston's still out there. I got a feeling he came into the pits early when he's, you know, remember he got sideways a little bit, hurt the tires. I think he came in. That's why he was able to stay out and run down these guys pretty good. He's on an off cycle, I believe. But as I say that, here he comes.
Yeah, I had a feeling that you could be right, but to me, when that caution came out, everybody appeared to come in. So if John had made the advantage in pitting before that yellow ever came out, he would have been the leader long before he actually took that. So John Houston has put himself, wow, actually he's still out in front right now.
Yeah, he's in pit lane. He's pit. He just came in.
John Houston just pit?
Showed him come in, yeah. Hang on.
Oh. He's coming in right now for me.
Okay, yeah. Make sure you're on live. Yeah, he's coming in now.
Live.
Okay, my bad. Maybe I was looking at somebody else. Sorry.
The 88 and the 67 have very identical paint jobs. The 67,
okay.
Yeah. I think that's what may have happened.
Yeah. All right, well, got a feeling it's going to cycle back around, though, to those two. Hey, again, I want to appreciate everybody coming out here tonight. Well, we're live, YouTube, Facebook, live, Twitch, and Twitter. I call it Tweeter, but either way, whatever you want to say. Hey, awesome news, Ryan. Don't know if you heard last night, but starting the first week of June, we're doing a dirt series, man, for SRA, Sim Racing Authority. You know, those cats came over here to ExtremeMotorsports99.com last season here in the Cup Series, Bobby Cheney and company. They came over here with one thing in mind, win a championship, and that they did indeed by 1 point in a thriller here to the end, all the way to the last race at Homestead in the chase. Well, I'm going to have the privilege and honor, man, of calling their 8 races of the 410 sprints for them starting in June, right before this actual night here of ExtremeMotorsports99.com action for the Xfinity Series. So it's going to be awesome. Doubleheader night here, folks, if you love racing. But the one awesome announcement about that is that dirt races will be on the iRacing portal. We have finally made it to there, and I want to thank each and every one of you, because that's, you know, it's an awesome achievement to be able to do that.
Well, you've definitely earned it, Joe, and I'm glad that I was able to help you get to that point. If I have helped you in any way, I'm glad to have been a part of OSR Network, and it is very cool for you and all of us here to have the opportunity to be on the portal. So,
yeah, I mean, and it's going to help everybody in general. I know, you know, everybody's like, well, it's just the dirt. True, but hey, look, it's a doubleheader night that night. We start off, man, right there, man, for the SRA Dirt League at 7:30. We'll be done by the time this one kicks off, man, at 9 o'clock that night. And, you know, me and you'll be in the booth for that one. So we'll be on the portal firsthand. Definitely, man, be able to tell everybody, hey, stay tuned next 20 minutes or so when we're done there. Shoot on over here and stay hooked to OSR Network, and we're going to give you some more racing that night.
yeah, that's for sure going to be a lot of fun being able to watch those races and then getting on here and be able to call these Xfinity races with you on Wednesday nights. So riding on board right now, I am Matt Hoover. Has just hit the pits. I want to say that he is going to be one of the final drivers who had to come in. Cameron Hearn is going to be looking to retake the lead here rather shortly, I would say, within about the next lap or so.
Yeah, I got him taking it right now. He's up front. Bryce Senesac still in second. Eric Tess third. Matthew Wazenbach's middle fire back. Get to fourth. John Houston right there in fifth. I don't know, but right now I think that's probably going to be short-lived on that fourth and fifth deal there. Is John Houston probably going to run him down in no time. Aiden Young looking good and strong right there in sixth, man. And Keith Haney right there, man, in seventh. Mike Rominger eighth. Davis Richards ninth. Michael Knight rounded out the top 10. Yeah, like I thought, 88. He's Matthew still got damage. Now, he's a crafty veteran here. Here's the thing about it. He won't use that fast fix. You know, I know, and just let all the viewers out there know that, no. He'll wait. And the little bit of damage he's got, he'll take the loss in performance to make it up in the long run at the end.
Yeah, that is for sure, and I would even throw a couple other guys into that mix as well. Guys like Richie Evans, Aiden Young, guys who have been around the block quite a few times. That for sure, definitely going to be looking to probably conserve that faster pair until we either get a caution, or if this race were to stay green to the end, it would be more of a final pit stop type deal and just get everything you can on that final run.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, the way the pace is going right now, Ryan, I mean, we had a quick caution early on, but the way the pace is going right now, these guys, man, are, you know, they're professionals here. You got to give hats off to them. They're spread out pretty good. You know, anything will happen because obviously the wick's going to get turned up as the race goes on. But it goes right now. It could become a pit strategy race, and Matthew Wazenbach's one of those out there. And I got to also tip my hat. Eric Tess is probably another one out there that knows how to save equipment and get around these tracks and pull off what we would call a strategy style race.
That is for sure, and I'm just going to throw this out there because I'm doing the math,
right.
and as you know, I like crunching the numbers.
All right, go ahead. 2 + 2 is 4.
Well, based on
Or 5.
when these guys pit the
Or 2
first
if you wanna
time
look at
after
it.
that caution, right?
All right, go ahead.
They were able to go all the way to lap 41 when they were taking their stops. That yields an exact 30 laps each time. So if these guys come back out on lap 41 after pitting at the end of 40, that means that we've got, oh, never mind, that's over. Caution's out. That threw that away. I was going to say we have three more stops, and it's going to be, it would be down to the last lap. if you were going to make it on fuel. But right now we've got the 09, the 77, and it looks like James Thorndike for the second time tonight may have gotten involved in a little bit of a wreck there, coming through the short chute.
Oh, yeah, and so was Jacob Bell, 77.
Yes, the 77 was the first one to spin. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Well, let's go back here on the replay here and show everybody what exactly happened to him out here. Let's go back just a little bit more. But yeah, like you're saying, I know you like crunching numbers, man, there. I don't mind doing it every once in a while, but hurts my head. I just like talking.
Very strange. I don't know if you can see it on the replay for the 77.
Yeah, we're watching it right now. It's coming up on it right here. Just trying to show it back for the view. He blinks out, and then he blinks back in, and when it blinks back in, it shows him in the grass, and he's spinning. Ooh, and the 08, Bryce and Eric Tesh nowhere to go on James Thorndike. Wow, so 3 good cars right there. Yeah, it looked like that was kind of more of a connection-related style issue there.
Yeah, it was definitely unexpected by the way the 77 reacted. Tried to ditch it into the grass, and then when it came back, tried to slow down, but it was too late, and that 77 just ended up dead sideways on the track with all those guys nowhere to go. Definitely unfortunate for the drivers of the 59, and even Eric Tesh was involved in that wreck along with the 09 of Bryce Senesac.
It was. Well, we'll try to get a talk with old Cameron Hearn.
Alrighty, I will find him for you. As right now, by the way, I should report the 29 of Matt Walzenbach. This is exactly what he was waiting for. Able to get some of that damage fixed on the right side of that 29 machine. Yeah.
No doubt.
Cameron Hearn. Got him. Alright, he's in the staging room.
Alright, bring him up. Cameron Hearn, Joe White in the booth. Got a copy?
10-4.
Hey, Cameron, looking good out there in the number 67 machine. I tell you what, tonight under the lights here at Kansas, how's that car feel? How's it looking out there?
Yes, it feels like it's on the rails. Gets a little tight throughout the run. It was about, it's to be expected. John Houston was kind of coming at the end of that run, but I think he had some trouble on his pit stop, but none of that matters now. I'll be bunched up. Hopefully, I think if I can hold them off for 10 laps, I should be able to kind of pull away again, but that's the thing. I feel like in first 10 laps, I might not be the fastest car out here, so just hopefully stay high and be able to kind of pin them down and kill the momentum.
Okay, so you feel like you got pretty much more of like a long run style car than you do the short run?
Yeah, that caution coming out definitely is not what I wanted to see, but I was close to being involved in that caution, so I'm just glad I missed that.
Hey, absolutely. Well, you're looking good out there in that 67 machine, man. Hey, hope to see you here at the end of 150, man. Good luck the rest of the night.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right.
There we go.
All right. Yep. All right. Well, he feels like he's got more of a long run car than he does a short run. I got a feeling I think John Houston's got more of a short run car, just the way he's going. Obviously, we know Eric Tesh more of a long style runner too, so those two cats, man, might be on even ground there if they can stay with each other. Going to be interesting though. I know cautions breed cautions, and that happens.
Yeah, that is for sure, but I will say the 67 to me was the one that had I wouldn't call it a short run car, maybe a mid run car, because as we saw in that last run, he took off after that last restart. He had a massive gap. The 88 was coming through the field. Obviously, we thought he was on newer tires at that point, which he wasn't. I don't know where John restarted after that first caution, but he hit that 88 AC Delco car was obviously on a rail as well, so both of them appeared to have very strong equal cars there if they could get a long run and have the two of them be 1 and 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, right now, looking good. We're at lap 60 of 150, not quite halfway in this one here, under the lights here at Kansas Speedway. And these guys have put on a show, definitely here, like none other. ExtremeMotorsports99.com. I'm loving every minute of it. We got Shuriam Williams up front. I hope I say that right. Get a little tongue-tied. We got the Hooligan Game beside of him. AC Delco Spark Plug behind him. Ryan, we're about to get set to go back green flag racing.
Yeah, we are. They're coming through turn 3 and 4 right now here, getting ready to restart here on what will be lap 61 when we take the green. Got to give a shout to the 18 of Keith Haney. Started in the back. The 18 machine's looking good too right now, up in the top 5.
Yeah, it is. Green flag here just soon. Pace car runs off on pit road here. And that means Cameron Hearn's going to hammer through the gears, put it to the floor, take off in turn number 1. Green flag in the air, folks. It is side-by-side. John Houston, Eric Test. They're back at it again. You got a Zebra Machine versus AC Delco as they fire off into turn number 1, dueling it out side by side. They're stacked up 2-2 all the way back. Now they go nose to tail.
Yeah, they are in the up front. That inside line will work for about 1 or 2 laps, so if you're going to make moves to the bottom, now's the time to try to get it done. As we see the guys up front already starting to go up top, but Aiden Young going to be the one to shoot to the bottom. He's going to pass 2 cars there, Joe, as we go through turn 3 and 4. That 9 machine thundering on the bottom of the track through 3 and 4 back to the start-finish line.
Yeah, it is. Got Motor Sim Racing Magazine on the side of that machine, and he has definitely got a motor up underneath the hood of it. As he passes 2 of them, man, clear as day, pulls it up high side there, sitting pretty in 33rd place right now, looking good. Don't know if he's got enough to run the cats down in front, but hey, 3rd place doing a good. Be patient. Got that Cincy machine right there, smooth on rails right now, though. Don't count out the Birdie's Construction machines as they are neck and neck. The 51 of Davis Richards right there behind him got his teammate of Matt Hoover. You talk about Keith Haney right there. He's in the mix too.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention, because as I was watching the 9 machine make that pass to get up to 3rd, just behind him, you're right, the 2 Birdie's Construction teammates Davis Richards and Matt Hoover were trying to do the same thing. Davis looks like he's been able to come out of it better than Matt, as Matt was unable to make the pass on the 18, putting him right now back in right about the 7th spot. But Davis Richards has moved his way up to 4th now.
Absolutely right there behind them, though, with Matt Hoover, Richie Evans, and company back there with Mike Rominger. Boy, it is a fight right now. These guys are side by side and nose to tail wheeling it around here at Kansas Speedway. Man, you want to get to that high side as quick as you can because you know that's where it's at. Right now, though, they think they're Superman with the new tires out there. They can do anything. The problem is it's going to be short-lived staying down there because you're going to burn them up. As these cars will push and push, and we got a car almost spinning. He held on to it. Good drift job coming out of turn.
Yeah, great save back there, trying to get an identifying mark on that car. Looks like it's the 21 of Adam Young in that Guns and Oil Brewing Company machine. Good save there by the 21 car.
Ooh, got a car spinning. That's Matthew Wazenbach. Boy, let's go back. Well, he has tore up bad. No caution, so let's go back on the replay, Ryan. I saw him in the corner of the eye right there. He must have come off the turn and sideswiped the wall. As we're watching, he was back there in the middle of that mix of cars back there with the 4 and the 1 and the 22. Let's just see, man, if that car just got, loose, jumped up on him. So we're watching the replay here. Oh, him and the 4 he pushed up. The 4 got into him, and hard lick, man, inside the wall. And he's going to have to use a fast fix now.
Yeah, the 29 of Matt Walzenbach has just taken that fast repair, and actually it was quite a bit of net code between him and the 4 when he came off the corner. Same thing we've been seeing with these cars, Joe, as of right now. A lot of net code issues as of late.
Well, Ryan, they're asking for it. We got to give it to them, man. You know what time it is?
It's time for the Speed Cam.
All right, folks, we'll tell you what, man, right there, if that does not get your blood pumping, man, the hair standing up on your arms or anything else for that matter, I don't know what it is, man, because right now, that's just awesome. And to hear these guys, cats, thunder around this track, man, huge excitement. Definitely go see your doctor tomorrow or check into an ER or call Ryan, man, he'll help you out. But we're in the caution here at Kansas. For the number 20, Ryan saw him spin, so we're watching here on the replay, see what actually happened.
Yes, it took place in the turn 1 and 2, the 20 of Ethan Kurtz.
You see what I saw? The 75 got up there in the wall, stacked up everybody, and what happened was Nick Hunt had to check up. When he checked up, 20 had nowhere to go, hit the wall, and spun. Just was really an accordion effect.
Yeah, absolutely. Wrong place, wrong time, really, for Ethan Kurtz, who had gotten into the wall just before that. But you are right. Those guys stacked up in front of him, nowhere to go. And Ethan Kurtz just getting a little bit, got turned around. Luckily, nobody else got into him.
He got a little jiggy with the wall.
Yes, got a little jiggy with the wall, as Joe has now put it. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to just assume that it's an older style saying from someone in Joe's era.
Oh, man. You know, we're going to have to trade Ryan in for an older Ryan.
Hey, Joe, you know what us millennials call what I just did to you?
What?
A burn!
A burn, yeah.
Burn.
That's what happens when you strike a match and you put your hand on it.
No.
Yeah. Try that sometime.
You have to have seen that 70s show.
Yes, I've seen the 70s show.
Then burn.
I know what it means, okay? Man, I ain't that old yet. Oh, gone. Alright. Don't bring Aiden Young up here and talk to him? Let's bring him up here and let's talk to him. I'll let you talk to him. How's that?
Okay. Aiden Young, this is Ryan Daniels in the OSR Network booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you, good buddy.
Well, man, you started in the 13th spot. You've brought that number 9 machine up to 4th. We saw you make a very strong move on the last restart, picking up 2 spots, putting yourself in 3rd. Do you think that 9 machine has anything for the leaders up there right now?
It might have something for the leaders, just trying to keep defenders on. I got in the wall there early on in the race, so I'm trying to rebound, but I see I have, so we'll try it.
All right, man. Well, you're looking good in that Motor Sims Racing Magazine Red Nose Day Camaro, and we wish you luck the rest of the way, and hope to talk to you after the race, my friend.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. He seems pretty confident on that.
Yes, he does. It definitely appears to that number 9 car. Was looking strong, and the driver sounded confident behind the wheel. Those are a couple good things to have, I would say.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate that, John, out there. You're right. You know, I said, I think I said about a couple weeks ago that I feel like my goal for the end of the year was to hit 600 subscribers, and with the help of all the leagues, the drivers, and the viewers, I believe we probably can still manage that, as we're sitting, like he said, 547 right now, so not bad.
No, not bad at all, considering we just hit 500 like 2 weeks ago. So OSR Network's growing fast, and definitely shows, you know, the commitment of the people, all you guys that come in and watch each and every week, and liking, sharing, subscribing, all that stuff all helps, and Joe putting in the effort, me, John trying to help him out any way we can, and glad to see that we are getting so many people. And I agree with you there, John Marine. It would be very cool to see us get 600, but by the end of the year, I'm going to make a prediction right now. OSR Network will have over 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2017.
That's a big number.
I think you can do it, my friend.
Yeah. Well, you know me. I'm kind of modest on stuff. As we're going set here to go back green flag racing. That's one thing these guys on this track aren't modest. They're about to put the hammer down here and it set sail here. Lap 75 of 150, halfway point here, folks. John Houston, the man commanding out there in the number 88 machine. Got Cameron Hearn right there on his back deck lid. Eric Tesh, the Iceman for the Neverlands. Look at those 3 cars up front, nose to tail, single file. It's like a freight train shooting. Boy, the 88 has to move. He throws a block. Thought we weren't supposed to do. Well, never mind. Anyways, he did it anyways.
Wow, that was definitely that was a move and a half by the 88. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
gutsy early on in this race. We're seeing right now a couple of these guys that restarted in the outside lane. For example, that 9 car restarted 4th. He has dropped all the way back now, battling side by side with the number 4 of Mike Rominger. That bottom lane on these restarts is killing it right now. And a couple of other guys stuck him on the outside. The 18, I want to say that is Keith Haney. Also stuck up there right in front of Aiden Young.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, that was a gutsy move there by the 88 because, well, you know, here lately, I pretty much just, hey, if they do it, we're going to call it. And that pretty much, he weaved down, weaved back up. They wouldn't know, oh, well, I was doing, no, you weave down, weave back up. Kind of a block there, but nonetheless, it has not slowed down to 67. That cat, man, is still all over the back deck lid of the 88 and going, look, all you got to do is make one mistake. And he's trying to make him make that mistake. That I can't even say Sherwin Williams.
Sherwin Williams.
There you go. Appreciate it. The paint machine out there, man, looking good.
No problem, and actually I'm looking back, riding on board with the 8 of Brian Johnson, who has worked his way up here in that 8 Jegs machine. Looking now to the inside of the 18, Keith Haney trying to follow in the path of Aiden Young on the bottom. Aiden had it 3 wide with Mike Rominger and Keith Haney just a few moments ago while you were covering the action up front. And we have a caution with a big wreck in the back. Looks like might be the 43 that's around.
Yep, Tyler
43.
Davis. Yeah, I saw that right there. I'll tell you what, it was heating up hot and heavy up front, though. Man, the 67 was all over the tailpipes there, man, of the 88. Definitely good racing. And like you said, behind them, well, they wasn't slowing down either. They were going door to door. But right now, we're watching that 43 machine. Unfortunately, good-looking car. Not so good looking now after he gets done smacking wall with it here, trying to take that thing down. Looks like the 22 and him just kind of got together. Don't know if been net code or anything. Just basically one of them, hey, look, wrong place, wrong time. We're trying to both take real estate, and the 43 got turned.
Yeah, I'm watching from an aerial view on the 43, and what it looks like might have happened is they were coming down the back straightaway. The 22 had the momentum on the outside. The 43 thought for just a split second he was clear, tried to take that high line going in the corner, and the 22 just got into that right rear quarter panel, and they both got a lot of heavy damage, especially the 43.
Absolutely. Well, pit stops. Everybody's coming in here to the pit stops here now. So I think it's going to be still 4 tires and fuel. Tires are probably at the premium at this track. You definitely are going to want them over track position. And what we saw or have been seeing, like at Charlotte, track position as, Eric Tesh and even Waylon Lamb proved that in the last couple of weeks. A couple other leagues have proved it. That at Charlotte, track position is more key than tires.
That is for sure, and right now you are right. Track position definitely appears to be at a premium, as you said, as both of the Purdy's Construction cars, the 51 and 13, had a great stop that time. Going to put both of those guys, it looks like 4th and 5th on the restart?
Yep, that's what it looks like. Looks like they're about, well, it depends on Nick Hunt, because I'm still showing Nick Hunt in the lead. I don't think he came into the pits.
No, I would say not. If the 00 stayed out, I would say that he is doing, as you just mentioned, looking for track position, but perhaps the 00 just looking to get that 1 bonus point, lead a lap, and then he will probably also follow it as everybody else has and come in and get himself some 4 fresh Goodyears.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. Well, like I said, man, we appreciate everybody coming out. We're under the lights here. Kansas, man, and I tell you, Kansas right now, it is a tornado and a hurricane and a half happening here in this speedway. And Dorothy and Toto, they're long, far away from here because they don't want to have anything to do with this place. Because when these guys start to rumble, that's what it sounds like. Thunder rumbling around here at an awesome, awesome sound. Awesome, awesome view to see these cars just bolt off down in turn 1 and 2. And Ryan, I don't know about you, man. This has been one heck of a race so far. I've enjoyed it from the green flag on.
Yeah, there's definitely been exciting since the drop of the greens. A lot of great racing out here right now. And you've mentioned it multiple times. We're seeing that the two cars that might very well be the class of the field at this current time, that 88 of John Houston, the 67 of Cameron Hearn. But Cameron Hearn
Yeah, he's
looks to be very slow.
Has he got a black flag?
No.
To get a EOL?
Oh, the 67 was speeding in the pits.
Oh, that hurts. Ouch.
Yep.
Well, good news is, here's the good news, bad news. Bad news, got the EOL and got a black flag. Good news, he's got a lot of time to make it up.
Yeah, we're just past halfway in this race. I mean, he's still got time to get back to the field, but he's just going to have to be very careful doing it. I mean, he's got a car that can compete, trying to get to the front, and the 67 has actually come to a complete stop now. Over in 3 and 4. I don't know if he's waiting for somebody or what's going on, but Cameron Hearn, I certainly hope it's at least a black flag, just so that he's not having some sort of a mechanical problem.
Well, maybe he's tired.
Oh, he was waiting on the 09 of Bryce Senesac, so he wouldn't get the a black flag and have to serve it under green.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, the good thing is we're about set to go back green here, folks, and under the lights here at Kansas Speedway. And it's been a thriller so far for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Hope each and every one of you enjoyed it, because we're live YouTube, Facebook, live Twitch, and Twitter. You got to throw that one in. As always, man, it's been a pleasure. Me and myself, Joe White, up here in the booth, OSR Network, and up here accompanied by Ryan W. Daniels, as always.
Yeah, always cool to be up here, and I'm gonna be riding shotgun on this restart, Joe, with the 8 of Brian Johnson, who has found himself now in the 9th spot after starting 22nd in that 8 car. A little bit of damage on that 8 Jags machine, but he's looking pretty good here late in the race.
Yeah, he is. Well, that cat knows how to get done. He's in the Cup Series right now. Pace cars coming out of turn 4. We're going to set these machines a-sailing off into turn number 1, 2x2 here very soon. John Houston controls the field. He takes off, hammering through the gears right there. Captain Birdie's Construction and Davis Richards on the inside of the 96. They're going to be side by side. They actually get that taken care of before they go to turn 1, and they go nose to tail. Eric Tess says, look, I'm going to try to run down this spark plug man up front right there. The first, I'm going to say 5-6 machines, they're all nose to tail going down the backstretch. Yes, they are. These guys seem to have got it sorted out pretty quickly here. The first side-by-side battle is the 32 of Ryan Broderick, who we haven't talked about tonight, and the 1 of Dwayne Culberson, who is now looking to get back behind, or get by the 8 of Brian Johnson, and they are battling now up front. Those 2 Birdie's Construction cars now attacking to the inside of the 96 of Eric Tesh, as well as Keith Haney has worked his way around Aiden Young, but the switch is going to happen here. Those 2 Birdie's Construction cars looking to go for the lead here, while Aiden Young looking to get back in the top 5. Well, I tell you what, it's a Monday Night Thunder, man. Storm coming here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Don't know what's going on, Ryan. Seems like every time we turn around, we got other leagues coming over here to Extreme. And guess what? They're showing up. We got SRA came over here last season in the Cup, took the doggone championship. Now we got some Monday Night Thunder boys coming over here, and they're showing what they can get done here. John Houston's running for his life in that 88 AC Delco spark plug machine out front because he sees a lot of hungry lines behind him. That would be the 2 cats, man, of Matt Hoover and Davis Richards back there. But don't count out Aiden Young. He's side by side with the 96, trying to get it done. And that Motor Sim Racing magazines, as he's going to get number 4 spot right there. Yes, he is. He's going to clear the 96 of Eric Tesh, who's going to continue to, whoa, look to the outside. That was close between those 2. That could have been disastrous as the 2 Birdie's Construction teammates look to have switched. Matt Hoover now leading that duo in front of Davis Richards. Those 2 looking to try to catch up to the 88 of John Houston, and Aiden Young, after clearing the 96 there, looks to also be closing in on the back end of those 2 Birdie's Construction teammates. Yeah, it is. He's got the red nose on the front, boy, and I tell you right now, he is in the wind, setting sail here at Kansas Speedway. Looking good. He's trying to run down the Birdie's Construction machines up front. That's Matt Hoover, Davis Richards, looking good. Like I said, old John Houston, he's up there going, man, please, please, I've got to get this 88 machine going. He's looking good out front. He's running some good times there. His last time by was a 30.019. Matt Hoover's was a 30.136, so he's putting some bad fast times, but Aiden Young is a man on a mission because he had a 30.064.
Yes, he did. Aiden's looking very quick right now in that number 9 machine, but I'm also right now riding on board with the 32 of Ryan Broderick, who is in a good battle back here with the group of Keith Haney, the 3 of Richie Evans, and Matt Walzenbach, who has worked his way back up to the 11th spot after blowing the engine in that 29 Ford.
Absolutely. Got that Tide machine out there. He's cleaning up the competition right now. Ryan Broderick, the number 32 machine. Now, he's got the 29. Matthew Walzenbach, bull, we call him. He's one of those plate racer specialists, and right now he's looking pretty darn good right here as he pulls up the top 10. As like you said, he's got that machine. That's the Enders machine he's got out there. That Ford Mustang looking good. In front of them, hey, Keith Haney not bad right there in the 18 machine, and Richie Evans is right in front of him.
Yeah, that is for sure. That number 29 still looking pretty strong there, as you just mentioned. And Matt, you are right. Told us the other night, not really considering himself that much of a restrictor plate ringer, which he has self-admitted he is very good at. But looking to prove this season, I think that he's a bit more than that in that 29 machine, and looking to assert a little bit of dominance here early on in the season. He's already locked himself into the chase with that win at Daytona, and the 29 actually gets in the wall as we're talking about him.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, he's having a hard time with that machine out there tonight. Definitely pushing up in the wall where he does not like it. But, hey, that's the characteristics of this track and this car right now. Hey, what that Delonte Ballard's out in the chat. Man, we know him. That's old Captain, man, the showstopper himself, man. The man gets out out there on the Cup Series. He stops the show, man, and gives you a show either way. Right now, these guys are putting on a show. Matthew Walzenbach's got his hands full. Ryan Broderick's behind him. And right there behind them, the number 45, Tyler C. Daniels, is about to move back up here. Ethan Kurt's in that mix. Boy, they are fighting with tooth and nail back there, loving every minute of it.
Yeah, it definitely starting to show the guys who are really starting to come to the front. I mean, our biggest mover of the race so far has been that number 8 machine of Brian Johnson, who continues to battle with Mike Rominger now for 6th. That 8 machine started 22nd. Obviously, as I just said, he's battling now for the 6th spot. Brian Johnson, he could still be a threat here at the end of this race, too, as well, Joe.
Yeah, he could. He's probably saving that fast fix for later on because he's only got a little damage on the front nose of that thing to where, we know if you get out there, that wall bites you a little bit here at this track. That number 8 machine looking good. JX Performance out there. That's old Brian Johnson. Kind of a running joke over at the Racing Freaks, man, sponsored by Sim Racing, Stock Car Racing Experience, excuse me. And I used to, for some reason, always used to call him Byron Johnson. And I don't know why. I don't know where I got it from, but he's Brian, so we know that now.
Yeah, that is for sure. And just want to report out here right now, I don't know what just happened.
What's
but
that?
The 43 of Tyler Davis has been given a 30-second hold black flag under green.
I don't know.
And he's running all alone by himself, so I don't know that it would have been a blocking penalty or anything of that nature.
Oh. Wow. I hope it wasn't no blocking penalty, because if it was, then, well, anyways. Right now, Richie Evans running pretty good. Dwayne Cummins is sitting right there at 8th and 9th.
Yeah, it's looking really good out here right now, though. Eric Tesh has now started to apply the pressure to the back of the 9 car up here in the top 5. The unfortunate thing is, I believe, the 51 of Davis Richards, he was running about half a lane lower than Matt Hoover was for quite a succession of laps. And I'm beginning to wonder, did that 51 burn his tires up? And because even with more burned out tires, the top lane is the place to be. These guys, the 9, the 96, and these guys are starting to catch up behind them, Mike Rominger and Brian Johnson. These guys can't make the pass on the 51 because their tires just won't take it on the bottom.
Oh, well, no, and that's the thing right here. This is a one-groove track. After a while, these tires, man, will give up the ghost here, and you got to go to that high side. You got to flirt with disaster on that wall. You're seeing it right here. Nose to tail, these 3 machines. You got Davis Richards right there, and actually Aiden Young. They're going to have to find a way to get on the outside. But here comes Eric Tesh right there. This is what he does. Cold, calculated, man, methodical, coming to the front in that number 96 machine. I call it the hooligan game, man, he's got on the side of that. The zebra car looking good right now. John Houston's still the man out front. And he's laying down some pretty good times. The thing about it is, though, Matt Hoover's laying down a little faster times. And, hey, what's going on? Dre Broadcasting out there. What's happening up, Dave? How you doing?
Yeah, pretty cool to see Trey broadcasting, checking us out. They must have just finished their show there over for the leagues that they were broadcasting this evening. But I did see in the chat somebody, Travis Shepard.
Travis Shepard.
Noticed that the 45 of Tyler Daniels. You are right, Travis. He is coming through the field pretty quick here in that 45 Blue Bullet machine, as I'm calling it for the night. No sponsor appearing on that car, but I do see the Extreme logo, so that is the way this car should be. And the 32 eats the wall coming off of turn 4.
Wow, that's Ryan Broderick, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the Tide machine is out there. Hopefully, man, he didn't think, man, he's out there trying to wash some clothes and, man, try to wash the wall. But it's been a theme all night long. Guys have pushed up. They're flirting with disaster, man, coming off the turns. Boy, and the cars just push, and guess what? You know, that wall don't give, but that fender will.
Yeah, that is for sure. These fenders on these cars are taking a beating here tonight, and looking up right now, Eric Tesh is trying desperately to get around the 51 of, as I mentioned in the 96, actually gets to the wall. Eric Tesh got stuck up there. Aiden's going to make that pass to him on the bottom. Those three, the top three, have now majorly separated themselves. Mike Rominger is also going to get around the 96 of Eric Tesh now to get his way back into the top 5.
There it is. Well, we're up here looking at that, man. I tell you what, that's the bad thing about it. And look at Mike Rominger. He gets a little wiggly coming out of the turn there, too. But here comes Brian Johnson. You know, Ryan, I got a feeling by the time we're done with this one, every one of these cars up here, Mike Rominger's in the wall.
Oh, and the 8 got a piece of it.
Ouch. Man, no caution or anything. That's the one thing. These guys are doing an extremely good job of keeping those machines up against the wall when they do that. And folks, what you're looking at, you probably have to like, man, you gotta be kidding. What, the guys can't keep it off the wall? They don't got brakes or something? When they're coming off these turns with such great momentum, they're up there so close against the wall. This car snaps so tight. That wall, I mean, it's like an instantaneous thing. Bam, before you know it, it's in the wall.
Yeah, and you can't run the bottom because it's too tight and you're losing all the momentum. You'd lose so many more spots being on the bottom than you would being up top. Big dogfight going on right now for third. Aiden Young and Eric Tesh have been at each other's throats for the past few laps, racing side by side, really racing each other hard, and that's doing nothing but bringing that 8-car Brian Johnson ever closer. But up at the front, Matt Hoover is actually caught down to the back bumper of the 88 of John Houston. Matt Hoover looking like he's got a very strong car here as we get later on in the run.
Yeah, it is, and he's got his teammate right there behind him, Davis Richards, right there. There, Birdie's Construction Machine's looking good. And I tell you what, don't fare too well for old John Houston up front because, well, we're under caution.
Yes, we are.
What'd you see out there?
I'm taking a look. The 67 may have been involved. He was slow. Yes, 67 off of turn 2.
I always like when you start saying stuff, your voice changes and all.
It's the way I talk, man. It's just the way I talk.
I know.
And that was an accordion effect, I might add. What happened with the 67?
All right. Well, let's watch the replay here. Let the viewers kind of get an idea, man. Everybody likes it. Oh, yeah, he just got loose. And the 81 checked up. And like you said, man, just nowhere to go for cars behind him. Wow.
Yeah, thankfully, again, one of those instances, the 67 did, in fact, spin, but nobody else involved and only minor front-end damage to that 67 car. One of those things I think Cameron will be able to get repaired here. May not have to use a fast repair unless he's already used it earlier on after that crash we saw him involved in earlier in the race. But Cameron Hearn was, at that point, trying, I believe, to start really making a serious threat to work his way through the field again.
Well, I tell you what. Let's see if we can't get a talk with old Matt Hoover.
All right. He's in the staging room.
All right, bring him on up. Matt Hoover, Joe White in the booth. Got a copy?
Gotcha, Joe.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got that Birdie's Construction Machine looking good here tonight, the number 13 machine under the lights, Kansas Speedway. Man, I tell you what, you were running down the leader there before that caution. How's the car feel? You think you got enough maybe to pull off a victory tonight?
You know, Joe, I think on the long run, I could track him down. Felt really good on the long run. Just trying to take it easy first 15 laps of that tire cycle, and it really paid off.
Absolutely. Definitely looking strong out there in that machine. And your teammate, for that matter, looking very strong out there. And I was telling before, I said, hey, look, man, y'all guys didn't come over here to ExtremeMotorsports99.com and put on a good show. So, hey, doing good tonight, man, in that machine.
Thanks, Joe.
Not a problem.
All these new team names, man, it's going to kill me.
Yeah, we'll get a good initiation before it's over with.
Yeah, well, by the end of the season, it won't matter. But when you look down and you get 50 teams to try to find people out of.
That's how I was about a couple last week. I was looking down there going like, where'd all these guys come from?
Yeah, definitely getting tough trying to find these drivers for interviews. But I do want to report for the second straight caution here, we've had a driver who has sped exiting the pits. This time, the number 9 of Aiden Young slapped for 3 miles an hour over the pit limit.
John Marine has brought up twice now. Yes, folks, I have changed the logo of OSR Network, and he has noticed twice now the updated graphics. I appreciate him noticing that. Right there beside where the social media is on the thing, you can see it, the OSR Network letters. You can get a better idea also if you go to OSR Network Facebook, as you'll see the banner page of what I've done. So, yeah, I got a little creative one, you know, and did a little reading, and I'm no artist, but I'm quite proud of that, kind of.
He's not an artist, but yet he sits there and makes logos. He makes some of the best graphics I've ever seen. Puts on some of the best broadcasts. Is there anything this guy can't do, folks? I'm going to start calling you Picasso.
I'm not flying in a plane.
I'm going to start calling you Picasso.
What's that mean?
Picasso, like the artist.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The masterpiece, Joe White.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, what am I, the sensei now?
Oh, Sensei Joe White, make a good broadcast.
Well, my hat's off, man, for the folks, man, to come out here and watch it, because right now they're seeing the show. Like I always say, we just get up here and we just have the honor, man, of talking about it, and it's awesome. I tell my wife every day, I say, hey, time for me to go yell at TV and yell at these guys running around in this virtual circle. Turn to the left. But I love it. Each and every day, 7 days a week here doing it. And, man, I hope y'all enjoy it, too. As we're here to get set back to go back green flag racing here. Kansas Speedway, pace cars in. John Houston, he is hoping to get away from this field because Matt Hoover ran him down. And Eric Tesh is right there also. Dwayne Cumberson, though, that's a cat we ain't talked about all night long. Brian Johnson right there, too.
Yeah, Dwayne Culberson, I was just going to say, you're right. We haven't had the opportunity to really talk about him all night long. And not only him, but his teammate, Ethan Kurtz, also up here now up in the top 10. But you're right as well. Brian Johnson now up in the top 5 in that 8 machine. You said you were calling him Byron Johnson every time I hear his name, because just because I'm an AC/DC fan, I hear Brian Johnson and think of the band. So, I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely exciting as they're 3 wide coming to the start-finish line right now. These boys are getting dicey here with only a few laps to go, and we got a battle for the lead.
Man, well, you're talking about a battle for the lead. Look at the battle, man, right behind them. You said 3 wide. They have not stopped going 3 wide. The whole entire lap here. Brian Johnson in the middle. Ethan Kurtz on the inside. Dwayne Culberson up high. Now they go settle it out and go 2 by 2 right there. Brian, they're side by side up front, side by side behind them. These guys are about to business pick it up here at Kansas Speedway because it's almost dual threat all the way back through the field.
That is for sure. And one of the guys that we were talking about earlier a little bit, not too much, I'm calling it the blue bullet tonight, that 45 of Tyler Daniels. Where did he come from up here running in the 8th spot?
I have no clue, but right now it is a huge fight for the lead. Matt Houston, hey, John Houston nonetheless right there on the outside. Matt Hoover on the inside. They're still door to door. Right behind him, though, it is still a fight. He's got his teammate David Richards splitting them. Eric Tesh makes it right there in the front, but they are still 3 wide, Ryan. Don't know if that's going to work.
Oh, 45 blinked out. Now he's back. That was scary for a moment there.
Man, you know what? As a driver, I've had guys do that. Restricted place is probably the worst place you want somebody doing that at. But right now, up front, though, John Houston's been able to clear Matt Hoover up front. But I think that battle's not done yet, as this thing is heating up here at lap 112, out of 150 folks. So you wanted it, we got it here. The lights out tonight at Kansas Speedway here. These guys for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. They're putting on a show in the Xfinity Series, and we're not done yet. Me and Ryan will be here tomorrow night for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. God willing, here we'll be here tomorrow for some cup action, man, here at I can't talk. OSR Network. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm taking a look through the top 10 right now. I wanted to give a call to a few drivers who are back here. We just mentioned Tyler Daniels, who's worked his way up here. But how about, again, Rusty Farrell started 27th up to the 10th spot. Keith Haney started 20th and 9th. Ethan Kurtz started 23rd. He's up to 7th. And again, Brian Johnson, probably the highest running of guys that were out in the back, other than Matt Hoover, who is up to 2nd. Johnson started 22nd. He continues to ride in 6th, just behind that number 1 car, Dwayne Culberson.
Well, he traded in his Mountain Dew soda can machine for a parts dealer, and right now the parts dealer's paying off. Jags Performance right now is bringing him to the front. He started 22nd. He's currently 6th. Right now, folks, are nose to tail up front, looking very good. You got John Houston out front. He is looking to solidify this win here tonight and say, hey, look, I'm the man here in Extreme and in the Xfinity Series, and I want to prove it. But right now, he's going to have to deal with Matt Hoover and company as these boys in the backside.
And we've got another caution.
And we're in the caution.
Yes, sir.
What'd you see out there?
I'm taking a look. It's further in the back.
Okay.
Looks like the 33 might have been involved. It happened in front of him.
Yeah. Well, we'll start on the 33. How's that?
Start on the 55. James Haney.
All right. 55.
Yes, sir. Identical deal to what we saw with the 43 earlier.
Oh, okay. Old Rick Donaldson out there, man. He's getting the fans all pumped up out there in the chat.
That's one thing Rick is very, very good at, hyping people up.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, that's how he's doing in the booth. I'm doing awesome, man. I'm loving this action here. We're under the lights of Kansas, watching the replay here on what happened with the number 55 machine. Unfortunately, looked like he just got in the wall just a little bit. And, yeah, he's right there. He's got Ryan Broderick behind him. And, yeah, just ran out of real estate. And, man, Ryan Broderick was there. The 55 was there. Boy, I'll tell you what. Oh, and the 33, nowhere to go. Punched him right in the side, man. Knocked his lights out.
Yeah, that's where I was seeing that the 33 had been involved there. You're right. Just got into the action at the very end there. But these guys are starting to get racy all through the field. We've seen it all night long. And to me, even as the runs have been going on, the bottom lane, and to me, Joe, I don't know if it's just what I'm seeing, it may slightly be coming in.
It will for a little bit while you're on new tires, but I guarantee you, unless you are just pushing that car to the evermost limits, that high line's still going to be the preferred line.
And I have to agree with you there, but definitely going to be interesting on this restart. Matt Hoover beat the 88 of John Houston off of pit road, and the best thing that 13 can see, Davis Richards is going to restart 3rd.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, Cameron Hearn has been the man out front. Matt Hoover's going to be 2nd. John Houston's going to start 3rd. Davis Richards 4th. Eric Tess is going to start 5th. Going to be the top 5 right there. But I'll tell you what, man, appreciate that, Rick, out there, man, as always. Me and Ryan loves doing this stuff, having fun. I mean, we're back, folks. And we're back with Extreme here. And we're back with, well, kind of coined a phrase from another league. We're back with authority also because, man, we're here 2 nights a week. You ain't got us just one. You got us 2 now. So there. Ha.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to use what I said last week. We're the crew so nice you get us twice.
There you go. Sounds good to me.
Slap that on a sticker with OSR Network and Extreme Motorsports 99.
You know, I will say this. I said it last night. Robert Moyer, you know, and I've always said, you know, I appreciate Rick Donaldson here at Extreme Motorsports doing everything he's done for me and paving and opening up my eyes to some tools that I needed to do to be able to do this and make it grow like it was. And I kind of just took those tools and kind of just went running and hammering everything in sight that I could to figure out what to do. And then I got to appreciate Robert Moyer over there for helping me with things with the website and so forth. But he put a logo up there on the website. He says, OSR, Online Sim Racing Network, where we make broadcasting fun. I kind of like that. That kind of was catchy. And because you know me, Ryan, I love it. I like having fun, and that's what it's about. I hope everyone else is having fun. I hope the drivers are. I hope the leagues are.
I'm having fun. I have fun every time I'm up here. You kidding me?
Heck yeah.
This is the only thing I can do, and people will attest to this. Any of my friends will know. When I'm not feeling well or something like that, like, I don't like to do anything. It's the only thing that'll get me off my couch when I feel sick. Is to come on here and do this with you.
Dre, I'm still going to stick with my man, Jake Nichols. Tom Whitmore might be good, but I don't know if he's Superman good.
He's being biased because Tom Wetmore is sponsored by Dre Broadcast. He has to pick.
Look, hey, and Delonte Ballard, man, he ran OSR Network car. It was awesome out there, and I appreciate it. I went and stole his car from one of the fun runs. He couldn't find it in the garage that day.
Yeah, that's because that's what you're good at. You come in and you just steal the show, buddy.
Well, you know, now he steals the show. That's Delonte Ballard. He's a showstopper.
Yeah, and you stole the You stole the showstopper's car. What does that make you?
Hey, I went out there, man, was trying to act like Delonte Ballard. But nonetheless, right now, Cameron Hearn trying to act like the man to win this thing here tonight. Pace car's about to set sail here and go on pit road here. Cameron Hearn out front going to have Matt Hoover right beside him. John Houston's going to start in third, Davis Richards. So now we're going to see if John Houston can get around these cats and run down that 67 up front. We're going to see right now if he has anything for him on the inside as we're at lap 119 and 150.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that 67, he's going to really need to start running away with this because I do believe he stayed out on older tires. I don't know how that's going to fare here late in this race here for that 67, but obviously track position being so key. Cameron has put himself in a good spot, but already you see how quickly these guys on new tires are catching him here in turn 3 as Brian Johnson is working really hard to get around those guys behind him, and they're 3 wide again, back where right around Ethan Kurtz and a couple of them other drivers are.
Yeah, it is a dogfight back there. John Houston's trying to figure out a way to run down to 67. Hey, Dre, keep thinking that. That's Johnson Shipman's name, by the way. But either way, man, right now these guys, man, are putting on a show, man, nonetheless. Right there in the back, 2x2 stacked door to door, wheeling around here at Kansas under the lights here at Speedway tonight at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And the best thing about it is they're putting on some extreme racing here, fun style, as these guys, man, are nose to tail, still door to door, heading off into the turns.
Yes, they are. We're still continuing to see these guys who are battling hard on the bottom back here. That being led by the 22 of Nicholas Caldwell. One of the first times we've called that name tonight. He's being followed by the 45 of Tyler Danielson. Aiden Young was on the bottom. He's now going to be passed to the inside by the 09 of Bryce Senesac.
Absolutely. Battle up front, man, for the lead. Battle for second. A battle for third. There's battles in the front, middle, and the back. All over. It's one heck of a show going on out here. These guys are putting on. Oh, and Davis Richards loses it. He can't on to it, though. It could have been disastrous, man, if he would have got right there.
Yeah, great save by the 51, but a devastating blow to his efforts there running in the fourth spot and falling now all the way to the rear of the field. Unfortunately for that 51, as it continues to be side by side, basically everybody from fourth all the way, maybe back to about the 15th, 16th spot. I mean, these guys, they just started the race, as some of them guys have now single filed out as we head through turn 1. Aiden Young looking to take it 3 wide. Whoa!
Ouch. Well, John Houston setting sail up front. Cameron Hearn sitting second. Matt Hoover's third. Here comes, man, a man on the inside, Dwayne Cumberson. We know him. He's down side by side there with Eric Tess. Looking like he's going to take that. But, boy, the fight is right there behind them. And you called it. Ethan Kurtz right there. But Keith Haney, Nicholas Caldwell, Aiden Young, Matthew Wazenbach, well, those guys are just a hornet's nest back there waiting to happen and blow up. Man, nobody told them it's only lap 124 of 150, and it's going to be 25 more laps to go this time by. They don't care. They think it's the last lap, and they're fighting like it.
Yeah, these guys are fighting like cats and dogs back here, trying to do everything they can to get up as many spots as they can. As continue to watch back here. Richie Evans now looking to the inside of the 09 of Bryce Senesac, a guy who has really fallen back on this restart. As Tyler Daniels from 45 has not had the restart since the drop of the green that he's wanted to have. He has lost a lot of spots in that 45 machine.
Absolutely. Right now, it's a freight train up front all the way back here to the 11th to 12th spot. Now you got Aiden Young stepping out to the inside here. He's looking on the inside there. Man, and Nicholas Caldwell. They're going to do battle, man, side by side. Looks like Aiden Young's going to clear him as they come out of the turn, shooting down the back stretch here for this time by, folks. Coming across the line here, lap 126 of 150. They shoot off into turn one. John Houston still a man out front.
Yeah, John Houston has had one of the class of the car, or has had the car that may just very well be the class of the field tonight. Is the 22 of Nicholas Caldwell. Got way out of shape coming out of turn two. Was able to hang on to it, much like Davis Richards. Still side by side back here. Matt Walzenbach did the inside of the 18 of Keith Haney.
Absolutely right there, boy. They are neck and neck, side by side. Oh, Nick Hunt, boy, he almost lost it too as he crossed the stripe this time by. Lap 127, 150. Boy, they are picking them up and putting them down fast and furious here at Kansas Speedway under the lights. StreamMotorsports99.com. Oh, that's Aiden Young in the wall hard. He nailed that thing.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage to the number 9 machine. And he was trying to avoid the 29 of Matt Walzenbach, who got real out of shape in front of him. Might have had the lift. That car just got real tight, and Aiden just smashed the outside wall.
Yeah, right there. Stacks the field up behind him, too, because everybody's coming right up there fast and the furious on him. Really hard and fast right there. And, man, they had to check up just a little bit. Oh, Davis Richards up into the wall. And that's what we've seen all night long. Guys are just pushing. They're flirting with disaster as they come around these turns. And those cars just snap tight right straight into what's like a magnet, man, and you can't get off of it.
Yeah, these guys are racing real hard all the way through the field right now, and you set it up at the front there. Matt Hoover got up close to the wall. He has now gotten around Cameron Hearn for second, but it may be too little too late, about a second and a half plus back from that 88 machine of John Houston. He may need John to make a mistake here if this stays green. I don't know if that 13 machine is going to have enough time now to run down the 88 of John Houston.
Well, if anybody wants us to stay green, it's going to be that 13 right there. He definitely is going to want a green flag run the rest of the way here, and he's hoping for that because he said he was better on the long green flags. Now, let's watch what his lap times are. He is he's still a little bit slower than John Houston is right now. But we saw a change there as the laps went on as we're at lap 130. He's got 20 laps. Oh, we say that. Wreck. Dwayne Cumberson and Eric Tesh, and then Mike Rominger, man, starts spinning.
And Aiden Young, that's going to do it for him. He just T-boned the 96. Nowhere to go. Couldn't see with all the smoke.
Yeah, well, let's watch it again here. Yeah, I saw Eric Tesh. Looked like the one just got tight, shot up the track. 96, no place to go. Ran out of real estate. Those two got locked up together, and then it was just an accordion effect from there. Cars just nowhere to go. The four, and then like you said, Aiden Young just got involved. Man, I hate to see that. It's racing.
Yeah, a lot of good cars involved in that one, and you're right. The one car just started pushing up. A little bit of net code between the 1 and the 96 that started all that, and with all the smoke just from the 96 trying to lock it down, nobody could see, and once Aiden came along, nowhere to go, and everybody scattering caused more damage than it did good with all those guys that were trying to scatter either the top or bottom of the racetrack.
Absolutely. Well, okay, go ahead.
Say what?
I saw your text.
Oh, okay. Yes, I shall return.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead. All right. Well, Ryan taking a quick break right fast. He'll be right back. And, folks, I'm going to tell you, if you've missed this one, stay tuned because it's about to get hot and heavy up here and extreme. Old Matt Hoover beats John Houston out of the pits. That's probably what he needs right there. Don't know if he's got enough, man, to hold it off. Oh, I don't know. So, who's y'all's favorites out there? Let's see what we got going on here. Appreciate everybody coming in, tuning in here tonight. Kansas Speedway here, under the lights here for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And folks, it has been a doozy. Well, we're live YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitch, and Twitter. I call it Twitter, but it's really Twitter. Either way. So, if anybody's watching over on the Facebook side, give it a shout out. Watching on the Twitch side, give us a more shout out. I like it. Hit a thumbs up, hit a like, hit a share. And, well, if you don't like it, well, I don't know what to tell you. Hit a dislike, I guess. Now we're into caution here, so let's actually get a, boom. Tonight, laps completed 132 of 150, 17 lead changes and 7 cautions. Not bad for cautions tonight. I'll tell you what we will do. We'll get an interview with Davis Richards at the end of the race. How's that?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, well, we had a guy out here, the person out here was asking if we could get a talk with him in the next caution. I don't want to jinx him. Don't want to say there won't be another caution. But I was saying that, something was going to start, and I absolutely forgot about it last week, was we was going to interview a 4th person. And, got all hung up in all the excitement, I guess, the first week of going on, and I forgot all about it. But what we'll do is we'll go ahead and pull up Davis Richards with the top 3. Hopefully he'll be part of the top 3. Never know. But if he's not, we'll pull him up, and he'll be our 4th place man today.
I'd hate to be that guy, but I think we put up David Elliott, didn't we?
I think we did for one, and then the other one I missed.
Right. I don't remember if it was the Cup or the Xfinity.
I couldn't remember. Yeah, I remember I missed one. I was like, doggone it. But, all right, stage is set here, Ryan. Matt Hoover was able to beat John Houston out. But, John Houston's been the class of the field on these short runs here. Cameron Hearns back there chomping at the bit, maybe. He's got 4 fresh tires. All of them do. We're going to have 15 laps here to settle this one. What do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely about the business is about to pick up, as they say, and don't count out some of these other guys that we're starting to see rising to the top right now. Bryce Senizak, we know where he's good at the end of these races. Matt Walzenbach finding himself in the right place, right place at the right time again, and so has an Ethan Kurtz.
Absolutely. Well, pace car's coming out of turn number 4. Here we go. It's going to settle the score here tonight. Going to be 15 laps to go. 2 things you need to look at. That's lap 150. Another one would be lap 146 because the caution comes out after that. It's over with. Green flag in the air. Matt Hoover takes off in that Birdie's construction machine. The one thing he wants to see is what he sees in his rearview mirror. Those 2 cats side by side going into turn number 1. And Cameron Hearns going to give it all he's got because he's on good tires, and he does as he flies right in front of John Houston right there, the 88. And the record.
Yep. Saw that coming.
Ooh. Well, let's go back on the replay and watch what happened. All right, watching the replay here. Let the viewers out here check out what we got going on. The 67 cleared the 88, so... And the 88 squeezed in there. It was just really, wow. My hat's off to the 20, but really the 88, he put that thing in there like a glove. So a good move by him. Boy, that was just, wow.
Yeah, the whole closed up for sure. The 88 tried to get it in there. The problem was the 20 was coming with so much momentum, he had to go back to the outside of the 67. 20 was still at the bottom, never quite cleared the 20 of Ethan Kurtz, and then they tried to go for the same. The 88 tried to get back to the bottom again one final time. The 20 just was still right on his bumper, and he just hooked him.
Now, here's the thing. John didn't get any damage off of that one. It's a good thing. He's only sitting right there in fourth spot. He's definitely got a lot of time. It was like what I told the folks out here in the viewer land and whatnot, is there's two things you need to look at. One, obviously lap 150 is that ends it. But 146 also, if there's a caution comes out, that will end it too. So if it's out front. So in theory, you have to think about as a driver, when we go back green flag, there could only possibly be about 6 laps to go, as opposed to being roughly 10. So, you know, that has to be in the back of your mind. Now, the second thing is John Houston did slide that car across, and that could hurt the tires right there.
Yeah, it definitely could, and I don't know that everyone's going to pit right now, but John Houston is going to get that spot back. Iracing has given him the 4th position back, and the number 20 has been given an EOL for initiating the contact.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it is really, hey, their rules, they do. Really, to me, it was a racing deal, but again, yeah, I mean, the caution, he initiated it, and by sets of rules, they're going to give him the EOL, so we knew that was coming. You know, all fair is love and war. But and really, the 88 was really lucky that he didn't come down and come across the nose of the 20, because boy, that hole was closing up in a hurry.
Yeah, it was very close there. I'm with you. I would have. I would suggest that was more of a racing deal than anything else. But it is what it is. The 88 is going to restart in 4th, and actually, one of the best things John can see for him now, he's going to have his teammate Bryce Senesac right there next to him. But how about this, Joe? Brian Johnson, been hanging around the top 5 this whole race, finds himself now in the 3rd position. We know the bottom is the place to be on these restarts. We haven't really seen Brian make a shot at the lead yet, but that's certainly not to say that he is out of this by any means.
No, he's not out of it. And I know I've mentioned before, on that number 8 machine, he's got damage on the right side. It seems to not be hindering him too bad. Don't know if it is or not. Obviously, though, you know, all these guys are on equal amount of tires. The thing about it is, I'm really going to be interested in the fact of, you know, John Houston, he slid that machine across the track. You know, the physics of iRacing is supposed to be the realest as we can get. So that's going to heat those tires and hurt them and wear them out and whatnot. As opposed to Matt Hoover and company up front is going to have good ones. Nonetheless, though, he's still got to get past the 67 and the 8 and the 13. Not saying that he can't, but hey, it's going to be a tall order with only about 10 laps to go.
Well, it's like I said, and I agree with you 100%. At least the advantage for him is that he's going to be on the inside lane for the restart. Now, you know the 13 is, he can go whenever he wants after the pace car drops. So, unlike earlier on where the 13 and 51 might have been, you know, nose to tail or side by side on a restart, and they maybe would be able to count it down and work together, the 13 doesn't have that now. So, the best thing that the 8 could do really is just the second he sees Matt Hoover even flinch, try to get on him, because the moment that the 13 goes, that's the moment the 88's going to go.
Absolutely. Well, here we go. Stage is set here. Lights off on the pace car. Coming out of turn number 3 here. And it'll look pretty, man, as we're going to set here. Hopefully this thing is going to go green the rest of the way through here. Matt Hoover and company up front is going to take them here to the green flag as that pace car slowly but surely coming out of turn number 4. And I'll tell you what, it's going to, excitement is building up here. Like you said, we always say business is about to get business up front. As right now, green flag in the air. Matt Hoover, man, storms turn number 1. He gets a good jump. Well, the 88 didn't get the jump he wanted right there. And I tell you what, he's got his hands full with the man behind him. That's the 18 of Keith Haney.
Yeah, Keith Haney has been right up there as well all night long. Got to give a call to that 18 car. He's been really strong. But Brian Johnson, got a great restart on that inside lane, did exactly what I thought he would have to do. The 88's going to look to get that run down on the bottom here as they head through 3 and 4, but Brian Johnson, when was the 51 got loose in the middle of 3 and 4. They're scattering like ants.
Man, scattered like ants. But right now, though, man, here comes the 88. They are 3 and 2 wide in the back. 2 up front, though, because the 88's trying to make it happen. We're coming to lap 142 and 150. Short-lived, man. Right now, they're going to hope he can hold up, man, Houston back there. Because, hey, right now, Houston does not have a problem. He's coming to the front in a hurry in that 88 AC Delco machine.
You're dang right, and right now what I'm looking at here is the 8 machine of Brian Johnson appears to be running very, very strong as the run goes on. That damage in the right front may, in fact, still be hurting him, and I don't recall that I've seen the 8 use the fast repair the entire race, so he may just not have one in general, as we have one hard in the wall, and we got a big crash out of turn 2.
Oh, if caution's out right now, boy, I'll tell you what, this one's about to be a nail-biter here, folks, because that's going to put us with the 43s involved, a lot of cars involved, but like I just said, hang on to your hats, go pet your dog, tell your wife, man, you'll be there later on, because, man, we're about to have this thing settled here, almost with a green-white checkered, or at least a 2-lap shootout nonetheless. We're watching a replay here, though. The 43 was involved. Looks like Richie Evans and him just kind of got together. Richie pushed just a little. 43 got in the wall. Nick Hunt was involved. Ouch. Oh, and the 43, well, he took a ride.
Yeah, Tyler Davis took a heck of a ride there, big time. Second time tonight we've seen that 43 take a big ride upside down in the wall, things like that. Tyler is just not having the night he wanted, and as you said there, the one of Dwayne Culberson, wrong place, wrong time. Same deal with the 00 of Nick Hunt and a number of others that were also involved when all that occurred off of turn 2. And it was just a slight contact again between the 3 and the 43 that initiated that whole thing.
What in the world is Wacky Wednesdays?
What?
Delonte Ballard just said he got home a little bit ago from Wacky Wednesdays.
I have to look this up now. This has become the meme of the night.
Yeah, that's...
Delonte Ballard, you just made the meme list.
Go figure. I'm telling you what, man, those cats over there SRA or something else, man. Went over there and talked to them, man, the other day, and it was like, wow, they have a party over there all the time.
I would have to take your word on that, as I was not over there, but I am looking up Wacky Wednesdays.
Yeah, go ahead and look up Wacky Wednesdays. If it's something bad, don't tell me. Oh, Langley Speedway. Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, okay. Because
awesome.
When I look up Wacky Wednesdays, the number one thing that comes up is the book by Dr. Seuss. So I was like,
oh, man. Yeah, that's what Delonte is doing. Reading a book, man, by Dr. Seuss. Oh, yeah.
Like,
there
what?
you go. Delonte, you have now been, put down to the form of reading a book by Dr. Seuss.
That's insulting him, or if that's giving him props for reading Dr. Seuss.
Well, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with Dr. Seuss. Didn't he make the Grinch?
Yes, he did.
That's what I thought.
And green eggs and ham. Ham and ham.
Hey, see, ham and ham. There you go. I knew something good was coming out of it.
Oh, we have too much fun up here.
Want to give an update out there. Speedsters wanting to interview with old Davis Richards. What we're going to do is we're going to get Davis Richards after the race and talk to him for you.
That is for sure, and might be a heck of a team celebration if Matt Hoover is able to pull it off here with a restart that's going to be less than 5 laps to go.
Absolutely. Well, right now, though, he's going to have to contest, man, with old 67 Cameron Hearn, and John Houston's not done yet. Brian Johnson's right there. Keith Haney's right there. Don't count out Matthew Wazenbach, Richie Evans. I mean, hey, there's a slew of them up there. But not going to be much time left here to go.
I will say we've been giving shout-outs to some drivers throughout the night, and another one that I just noticed is I can't remember. I apologize for this, but I can't remember if it was Keith Haney or Daniel Haney that we talked to last week in the Cup Series race. I know James Haney is the father of one of the two, and I know Keith and Daniel are cousins. I want to say it's Keith's father, James, but James Haney started 26th tonight, has put that 55 machine up in the top 10 here with just what's going to be a few laps to go. That would be a heck of a rebound for that 55 after what was not a very good night last week at Daytona for them.
Absolutely. Well, I can't keep up with all that stuff, Ryan. Come on now.
I'm trying, man. I try to remember everything I can when I'm up here with you.
Yeah, I do too, but hey, it's what it is.
Let's just face it. I'm the beauty and the brains in the booth, and you're a graphic designer and broadcaster.
And on that note, folks, we're about set to go back green flag racing here at Kansas Speedway under the lights.
I'm sorry, I'm dying.
Tell you what.
I tell you what.
Well, I'm about
We're
to
about
tell
to
you
get set for a 4-lap shootout.
That's what I'm talking about. Right now, it's going to be 4 laps. Actually, it's going to be, well, it's probably 4 laps. You're right, because that last one's going to click off here. It's going to be lap 147. Here we go, folks. Hang on to your hats. The boys need to pull up the belts, man. Fasten the seat belts, because it's about to get busy up front. Matt Hoover and company out there, man. He is about to set sail here. Slow. Gets a good start. John Houston does not get the start he wanted. Cameron Hearn did, and that's what he wanted because he's going to be able to get in front of him going off into turn number 1.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting here, and I'm not going to say anything until I hear confirmation over the radio, but as far as my knowledge of this league goes, you are not supposed to change lanes before the start-finish line, and the 13 drop below the white line before they cross the start-finish line.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
The 13 of Matt Hoover, the leader of the restart. As far as I know, you're not supposed to go under that white line at the restart. But it is appearing to stay green. I've just heard a good restart. So
Yeah. Well,
No
it's
question.
close. Probably close right there. Nonetheless, right now, though, he's got his hands full. The 88 has cleared the 67. That's John Houston. And Houston is about to come to the front here. Definitely, like we said, but boy, he's still got Cameron Hearn on his back deck lid. And if Cameron Hearn can do anything here on the last final laps, you know Matt Hoover's going to love it. Matt might have enough lead right here to hold him off because he comes around this time by, Ryan. White flag this time by.
yeah, white flag next time by. Here we are on lap 149 of 150. That 88 is getting ever closer. It's going to be one of those situations where the 88 might have to make a one-time dive bomb move to try to get this win.
Absolutely. Well, that high side is definitely what Matt Hoover's going to be protecting as we're coming to the flag. This time by, one more time around here. Boy, Cameron Hearn is all over the back deck lid of the 88. He looks high. John Houston goes high. They're heading into turn number 2, coming down the back stretch.
Yes, they are. They're going to come off the exit of turn 2. Matt Hoover's still got the lead. The 88 is going to have to dive it in low here as they go through turn 3.
Yeah, he is. He's going to protect it. It's coming to turn number 3 for the final time tonight at Kansas Speedway under the lights. Oh, Cameron Hearn losing it right there, but Matt Hoover's going to storm right here, folks, and win this one tonight under the lights in the Birdie's Construction Machine. Matt Hoover pulls it off here at the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Xfinity Series. John Houston tried everything he could to get back up front to the back deck lid of him. Just was not enough. Ran out of time. Cameron Hearn did everything he could to try to stop it. Boy, he drove that thing almost into the wall.
Yeah, and at the end of the race there, one of the guys we're going to be having a talk to might want to give him a minute to cool off. That 51 of Davis Richards came out of the turn 4 and spun out on that final lap. Lost himself about 6 or 7 spots there trying to get back to the start-finish line.
Well, that's okay. Pull him up in the staging lane, and we'll talk to him anyways.
All righty.
Man, what a race. That was awesome thriller to the end, but
That was
tonight's
definitely
winner,
a heck of a finish there, though.
it
Joe.
was. Absolutely. Well, it was a good battle between the second spot, and that's what we were watching right there between the two in the front right there was and they were dueling it out. John Houston, Cameron Hearn right there. So definitely, man, an awesome race. But Matt Hoover, wow, came over from Monday Night Thunder and came over here to Extreme Motorsports 99.com, brought his teammate over here to Davis Richards, and has put that Birdie's Construction Machine in victory lane for race number 2 of the season, folks, here in ExtremeMotorsports99.com. What a finish here at Kansas tonight. And I'm going to let old Ryan, man, bring up Davis Richards here, our kind of honorary person, man, of an interview tonight, and get a talk with him.
All right. Davis Richards, this is Ryan Daniels in the OSR Network booth. Do you have a copy?
What's going on, Ryan?
Not too much, Davis. We saw you have a strong run at the beginning of the race there. Didn't quite have the finish you were looking for, but we did have quite a few people out in the crowd tonight that were wanting us to get a word with you. How would you describe tonight's race?
Yeah, man, just disappointed. You know, I spent the first 120, 130 laps in the top 3 and messed up, spun it out, and then I was just driving it hard after that, and that got me in trouble. Then on the last lap, I was driving it hard again, and, you know, got in another wreck. It's just really disappointing to run that good and then have that kind of finish, but got high hopes for next week. I know I got the speed, so we're going to go next week, work on some patience, and go out there and try to get a win.
Well, we definitely saw the speed that you're talking about in both of those Birdie's Construction cars tonight. Your teammate Matt Hoover able to bring home the win here at Kansas Motor Speedway. Is there anybody else out there you want to thank before we let you get down there and start getting ready for next week's events?
Yeah, man, I'd like to again thank my teammate Matt Hoover, congratulate him on the win, and Eric Tess, Stephen Brown, and Ryan Broderick. And also I'd like to thank Spencer Sullivan. I know he was out there watching me and rooting for me.
All right, well, we thank you, Davis, again for coming up here and talking with us, and we wish you luck next week.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Very disappointed driver there, Joe. Obviously looking for more tonight in that 51 machine.
Well, yeah, he was. I mean, he had a good car early on in the race, and then, you know, just got caught up in a few messes there. And, hey, it's Kansas, tough track, tough place here nonetheless. But, hey, our third place man, Cameron Hearn, did everything he could do right there. Well, when you spin the car coming to the line, you know you did everything. So let's bring him up. Third place man tonight, Cameron Hearn.
Cameron Hearn, this is Ryan Daniels in the OSR Network booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you.
Cameron, we saw you have a really strong run tonight. You led a lot of laps in that 67 machine. Did you have anything left for the 13 or the 88 there on that final restart?
Yeah, I kind of messed up. I ran the high line. I should have definitely been more aggressive the last few laps, running low, but I had a little bit of front end damage. Already used my fast repair getting in the race. That last instant I got in, a little bit of front end damage. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but John was real fast on the short run, and I shouldn't let him get on the inside of me. But I knew once he got by with less than 5 laps to go, you know, I was just maintaining second, third. You know, I knew I didn't have a chance to win, but I'm just glad bringing home top 5. It was a good point stay for us. Definitely need to finish race after what happened in Daytona. So all in all, it was a good race.
Well, it's definitely good to hear that, and definitely a strong run for you and that whole 67 team. Is there anybody else out there you want to thank tonight for a good podium finish here at Kansas Motor Speedway?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Alliance Team, Chevy, for Sherman Williams on the hood. My dad, my wife watching, everybody out there who's watching the broadcast, appreciate it. Appreciate all the work you guys do. Everybody at Extreme Motorsports 99, all the, you know, the stuff everybody doesn't see behind, you know, closed doors and stuff all the time, and effort that goes into running this league. So I just appreciate it.
All right, Cameron, well, we thank you for coming up here and talking with us, and we look forward to seeing you next weekend, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
No problem.
Well, definitely had a fast car there, Ryan, and he knew it, you know, but I think he did everything he could do, man, to try to get that second place, man. John was really quick on the short runs. We saw him all night long, been able to do it, and Matt said earlier on he was the man on the long run. So, hey, nonetheless, second place man tonight, John Houston, did everything he could in that 88 machine to run down and win this one tonight here. Came up just a little bit short, man. I think time was just not on his side, but let's get a talk. Second place runner-up tonight, John Houston.
Hello.
How's it going, John? We're up here in the booth with me, Ryan Daniels, in the OSR Network booth. Obviously, you have a copy. Gave it everything you had tonight. Led a bunch of laps here at Kansas. Arguably had the car to beat. What did you have to do on that final lap to be able to get around Matt Hoover?
There was probably really nothing because we was fairly equal. I might have had him a little bit on short run, but he was definitely faster on the long run. But if you just hold that top groove, it's hard. He beat me off pit road, and that's what got him the win tonight.
Well, it was definitely a strong run for you and that whole 88 AC Delco team. What would you say, John, was probably the hardest part of the race for all the drivers out there tonight?
Getting around slower cars, that was just in the way, because really after you get about 10 laps, there's only one groove around the track, and that's that outside lane up against the wall.
All right, well, we thank you for coming up here and talking with us. Is there anybody else out there you want to thank here for a good, strong finish here tonight?
I just thank everybody on Law Dog Motorsports, and then Matt Hoover, he ran an awesome race. Then Extreme Motorsports is just one of the best leagues out here. And I just want to thank you guys. Y'all do an awesome job commentating everything.
All right, well, thank you for coming up here and talking with us, and we look forward to seeing you next week when you guys take the track again.
Next week, I hope to talk to y'all tomorrow night.
All righty.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, all right. Well, that he definitely, man, is he was excited, and you know, sentiment the same way. I mean, he definitely, man, knew that the high side was a place to be tonight, and Matt Hoover right there. And when we saw him beat him off the pit road, he had to get past two other cars, and once you get that, Matt was long gone out front, and after a while, the inside groove just wasn't the place to be. So definitely was awesome, and he knew it. And those two cats been battling it all night long, but nonetheless, tonight's winner here, I'm going to Victory Lane right fast rhyme, because old Matt Hoover with the Birdie's Construction Machine is sitting down there at number 13 as the night's winner here at Kansas Speedway, Matt Hoover. Matt Hoover, Joe White in the booth, got a copy?
Gotcha, Mr. White.
Well, I tell you what, man, when we talked to you, man, on the caution, you was kind of a little bit unsure about what you needed to do, but you did enough. You got out there, out front, and set sail on the Birdie's Construction Machine. Looked very good in the number 13. Well, hey, I got to say, welcome to ExtremeMotorsports99.com Xfinity Series, because you are the winner tonight. Kansas Motor Speedway here under the lights for the ExtremeMotorsports99.com Xfinity Series. Congratulations, Matt Hoover, as you just blew that thing sky high.
Yeah, sure did. Well, thanks, Joe. First and foremost, I want to thank the guys that run this Extreme Motorsports. Thank my teammates, Davis Richards, Mark Broddick, Ranford Brown, Eric Tesk. They did a great job tonight. Wish Davis and Eric could have stayed up there a little bit, but overall, it was a great race, great battle between John and I. Cameron got up there. It was just a heck of a race, man. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, y'all definitely thundered to the front there all night long. You were up there with your teammate, man, most of the time. Eric was up there. Had a heck of a battle. But I tell you, if you saw John Houston get past, and just all night long, y'all two was battling. I mean, if he was able to get to you, I mean, what was going through your mind once he got around the 67 there was it, hey, look, you know, he might be able to run me down?
Well, yes and no. It all depends. You know, if you're 4 laps into that run on tires, you can't hold the bottom anymore. And the top line that's the groove to take. So it's all depending on that and where he would have taken the line. I think at that point I would have stayed up high, and it's just so tough to pass down low here. Like I said, once you get a few laps on there. So that's probably what I would have done, is just stay high.
Well, absolutely. It's a good call there. That's what we were seeing up here in the booth. Looks like, you know, most of the cars after a while, it's a one groove track, and the high line was a place to be. And a lot of them out there flirting with disaster with the wall, and the wall snuck up and bit them. But nonetheless, you're the winner tonight here at Kansas Speedway under the lights, ExtremeMotorsports99.com Xfinity Series. Matt Hoover, you got anybody out there you want to thank for the win tonight?
Just want to thank all my teammates, people running this show. Thank John Houston for the great battle, and Cameron Hearn. And thank you guys up top. You always do a great job. Just really appreciate it, Joe.
Oh, man, we appreciate it, too, right there. And, boy, I'll tell you what, Matt, coming over here, man, and definitely putting on a show for us here tonight here at Kansas Speedway. Again, congratulations to Matt Hoover.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
All right, Ryan, well, let's go through the results order because tonight's winner, Matt Hoover, puts it in victory lane. John Houston coming in second. Cameron Hearn third. Keith Haney fourth. Brian Johnson ended up coming up in the fifth. Richie Evans in sixth. Matthew Wazenbach seventh. Eric Tess rounds out in eighth. Bryce Senesack ninth. And Ethan Kurtz right there in 10th.
Matt Hoover on that heck of a run.
Yeah, James Haney bringing it home in the 11th spot. Daniel Haney bringing it home in 12th. Adam J. Young in 13th. Rusty Farrell in 14th. Nicholas Caldwell in the 22 machine brought it home in the top 15. David Elliott in 16th. Davis Richards, obviously we talked to him, didn't quite have the finish he was looking for. That 51 machine is going to come home 17th. James Thorndike 18th. Tyler Daniels in 19th. And Nick Hunt is going to round out the top 20.
And 21st, man, Mr. Extreme myself, Mike Rominger right there. Tyler Davis, 22nd. Dwayne Cumberson, 23rd. Aiden Young, not having the night he wanted, got caught up in a little bit early on. Finishing out 24th. Ryan Broderick, 25th. Ranford S. Brown, 26th. Michael Knight, 27th. Jacob Bell, 28th. Thomas Ragnar rounds out the top 29. Well, Ryan, boy, I'll tell you what, it was no shortage of excitement out there tonight as these guys put it through the wind here at Kansas Speedway under the lights for Extreme Motorsports 99.com Xfinity Series. And we're not done yet here at Kansas. Definitely, man, not going to be anywhere. Hey, look, we're not in Kansas anymore because we're definitely staying here for tomorrow night because we got cup action here tomorrow night. The best of the best from Extreme Motorsports 99.com are going to be here under the lights at Kansas Motor Speedway. And, boy, it's going to be some rumble and thunder there because, boy, we got a lot of bad, fast cats in that one tomorrow night. But, again, want to congratulate my hats off to Matt Hoover pulling off the victory tonight. Got any final thoughts, man, on this race tonight?
Man, I mean, I'm very excited to see what the Cup cars bring to this track tomorrow. We know that these Xfinity cars have a tendency to be loose, all that stuff. And with the most recent adjustments that came to the Cup car from the end of last season to this current season we're on, they've gotten a lot more stable, really fun to drive with the Cup cars now. It's going to be very interesting to see what somebody like Jake Nichols, Bobby Chaney, and other guys like that tomorrow are going to be able to bring to the table and on a track where it may only be one groove, but those guys are going to be really strong, I think, tomorrow. Those all those Cup drivers will be.
Yeah, and you speak of those, not only that, we got a bunch of new cats, man, here too. Check out those guys tomorrow night. As like you said, myself, Joe White, I'll be up in the booth along with Ryan W. Daniels here to be calling all the action from Extreme Motorsports 99.com Cup Series tomorrow night. This is OSR Network, and everyone, appreciate you coming out tonight because, again, under lights here at Kansas. Congratulate Matt Hoover on the win. Everyone, have a good night.